Yo, what's up? We're here, we're live, we're back. It's Hoops and Brews. I'm fresh off of Clippers practice.
Clippers practice.
Yes, exactly. Hold on. When you get back?
Next week sometime.
So you won't be back on Sunday?
Maybe.
Damn.
I plan to be.
Huh?
I plan to be.
But is that a for sure thing?
No, but I plan to be.
This is probably the last Hoops and Brews episode on the set.
On the set, yeah.
Yeah, you close that curtain for me if possible. Just pull that a little bit for me. Thank you. Sorry. But I just want to make sure that like everybody's illuminated. I don't want you to be blown out because the light is blown out back there. But yeah, this is probably the last day on the set. That's why you see it looks different. Yep. It's very bare. I'm packing up to get out of here. No more hearing me complain about the landlady or being worried that the landlady might come and shut us down. Y'all know how worried we've been about that for a while now.
Bro,
has that been a real issue lately?
No, it was like one episode, bro, when Scott knocked on the door. And like he thought it was the landlady. He thought it was the landlady, but it wasn't. It was just Scott.
He thought the landlady was shut us down.
He thought it was the landlady.
Scott was asking for some quarters for some laundry. But anyways, it's Hoops and Brews, man. Hoops and Brews episode 165. We're here. We're back. Shout out to everybody, that watched last week's episode. Shout out to everybody that joined our 20-team fantasy league. We appreciate all of you. Yes, it was a 20-team fantasy league, a very, very heavy and hefty draft that we had the other night. We had live coverage of it as it was happening. Pavy didn't sign up soon enough, so his team auto-drafted.
He auto-drafted.
Did you get a good squad?
But when I looked at it, it wasn't a bad squad. Like most of the people, I would have drafted regardless, low key. Like knowing me, I probably would have drafted them regardless. Like I got Jetty on my team. I would have drafted Jetty regardless, just because I watched Mad Cavs basketball and I would have believed in Jetty. So I would have drafted Jetty regardless. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, but our special guest
Gobert was my first pick. And he doesn't believe in the Jazz.
I don't believe in the Jazz.
Anyway,
you think it won't make the playoffs?
Yes, me and Utah fans, we going at it all season long. And then I'm on your neck, B.
Utah fans will go with Utah.
I'm on your neck.
I didn't even know.
Utah, I'm on your neck, B.
Dude, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know it was that many of them, bro.
Utah, I'm on your neck, B. I'm on your neck, Utah. We gonna see. I just didn't. Everything that I said was gonna happen with this team, I saw in preseason was exactly the way it's gonna go. It's like they're not going to play any better because they're playing harder. Like most of their starters were playing. Most of their role as a coach.
Yeah,
he's a good coach. I don't have any problems with him being a coach, but like they don't have any star that's going to tip the scale. And I think that obviously Zion getting hurt. I'm a huge Zion fan. I want Zion to be great. I think Zion has top 10, top 20 potential. Obviously, it depends on his knee. That knee is.
It's taking a lot of weight every time he lands.
Man,
it's kind of hot.
He got to drop I think he has to drop like 20 pounds.
Yeah. Should he have been shut down earlier? Like after that knee thing happened in college, like he wasn't out for that long.
I don't think he should. I wouldn't have shut him down back then, only because he's young and it's like. I mean, it wasn't like. It wasn't like he fell, like his shoe exploded. Like you don't expect what else? Like Paul George shoes or something like that, like the PG3s or something like that. Yeah, like you don't expect the PG3s to like combust in the middle of Cameron. Is it Cameron Stadium? Is that the name of it? Yeah, exactly. You don't expect the PG3s to implode in the middle of Cameron Indoor Stadium and you hurt your knee. So if I'm him, I feel him like you play. But now. I mean, hey, if they want to sit him out for the rest of the season, I'm cool with it.
Why not?
Yeah. I want to see him play, but
you got a bunch of new guys too. Yeah. Let them get together.
I mean,
let him learn like that.
I'm also a huge fan of a redshirt year for a promising rookie. Like Ben Simmons, I think was so much better for having that redshirt year where you could just like watch how the offense is played, like dissect the game at a level that he never has before.
Yeah.
Like he's never had a year where he has not played and only watched basketball, and I feel like you'll see the game.
You're right. Since he's been what?
The minutes, bro.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not upset at that. I think that actually would be a very valuable thing for him, especially because he's so big. And for him, it's like, all right, let me learn which ways I can influence the game without just like being on the floor. Yeah. Because I've told Pavy many a times I thought he had the potential to average like 2 or 3 blocks this year, but that's because he plays with all energy. Yeah. So like I can easily see him thinking, I can block this person's jump shot. And I think maybe if he sits down for you, he'd probably be like, I could. But maybe I don't need to because I don't need to put extra stress on my knees.
I feel like he's doing that now though, because there's certain things that in college I would see him go after that he doesn't really go after anymore.
I think he understood that he was so much bigger than everyone else in college.
I think he realized like, whoa, I can't like do everything I want to do. Like I also agree with the red shirt point. I think that I never thought about it like that, but it is very valuable. Like I'm always a proponent of like just getting the chance to. Cause you cover games, we cover games. Like I go to games, and when I go, I learn so much more about like watching it. Yeah. So like I can, as an NBA player, just be able to just sit back and basically get 82 free games to just sit and just actually watch basketball. Next time you get on the court, you're gonna pick up certain things by just sitting there and just watching it. I think that's why Ben Simmons comes in so strong. Blake came in so strong.
That's true.
Yeah. Cause you get to just and Blake got hurt in the preseason too. Remember, I think he broke his kneecap or something like that.
Yeah,
I think.
something like that.
Yeah, broke his kneecap or something, and then was out the whole year. Came back All-Star.
And then everyone's getting, if they do away with the one and done rule, which they're probably just gonna do. Yeah. Everyone's gonna keep getting younger. So you're still young and shit when you're in the league, which means you don't really. You're still learning, how you learn. And that extra year's like another.
I don't know if we're gonna see that many one and done guys though. I think it's gonna be a very even Zion. Like he's a 1 in a billion type of athlete. Like Kevin Garnett, 1 in a billion. Kobe, 1 in a billion. Ben Simmons, 1 in a billion. LeBron, 1 in a billion. Like I think that even with I agree that guys like a Zion shouldn't be held captive from their earning potential. Yeah. But I think it's going to be a lot of guys that's going to try, and they're going to wind up playing in Europe. And they're going to ruin their future when they probably should have just went to college and at least maybe they might not have been good enough to stay on the team. But at least they can get an education or figure something out, you know what I mean? Or be able to figure out other life paths. Like, I feel like for a lot of these young guys, when they come into the league, especially even when you hear like the Warriors team and how like the younger guys talk about, like I think it was Jordan Poole said like they'll be over there watching the news and I'm like watching SpongeBob. It's like these
come on,
like you know what I mean, like like
Doc talks about that too.
Yeah, like these guys are really really young. Like the younger, if they're only going to get younger and it's going to be more of an abundance of younger players, I think that they have to really like put the onus on making sure that the guys that do come out actually are qualified to come out, and it's not somebody just thinking like, oh, let me try to make a money grab and grab $300,000. It's like that's not going to help the league
for sure.
Personally,
do you think it would be better if the league stepped in and like offered a better G League? You know what I mean? Like, so more players could come into the G League in the NBA system. They can give them the same sort of like financial planning steps they do for the pros. Yeah. Or on the flip side, would you rather see people just go to Europe?
I'd rather them stay in America. Like we have an American league. I want American players to play in America. I don't want to have to turn on LaMelo Ball's game at 4 a.m. because he's 16 hours ahead, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he's playing on Friday. I'm still living in Wednesday night. Yeah. Like, I want to see these guys in America. Yeah. Even if they are in smaller towns. Like, even if like the smaller WNBA towns that they have, like the Tulsa. Like, Tulsa, you know what I mean? Like, even if those, like, type of
like the South Dakota team,
like the Rancho Cucamonga.
I wouldn't be upset at that. And even if they put those guys on two-way contracts, if you are good enough to get drafted, but I feel like the team should have the option to where if a player is coming out of high school and he gets drafted in the first round, they should have the option as to whether if they want to keep him or if they want to shelve him like they do with the European players for a year.
Exactly.
Like a stash.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like put him in the G League and he can be on a two-way contract. If we like him, we'll bring him up. If not, he stays in the G League. He can come in next year. He starts earning against his contract. All he has to do is meet his incentives. That's a good thing. And if he's a young guy, that's fine. Also, you kind of take the risk away from sending him to a big city where they instantly have to try to figure life out in a big city.
I'd be a disaster.
Out in a big city when you're like 18 years old, when you were just in high school last year, you know what I mean, with millions of dollars. Yeah. I think if you're in Tulsa, like if you're getting in real trouble in Tulsa, we got more trouble. Exactly, we already got more problems than that. So
JR said that about Cleveland. Yeah, he was like, I'm going to focus on basketball because there's not as much stuff for me to do. And it was like, well, I mean, you are right.
Because in New York, he was chasing Rihanna around, partying and smoking weed and drinking Henny all the time.
It'd be so hard not to. Yeah. Like in a big city, like that's such a good point about the small city thing and the semi-pro basketball. Like towns like we were talking, like we're from Montana, so like towns do love basketball.
That's the
and that would bring fans
in. A semi-pro team could work like in a rural place like that.
That's the direction that
for where we grew up, like
Indiana and stuff like that.
People would drive from all over.
60,000 people go watch high school basketball in Indiana.
Yeah, see that's the direction that I was going.
Semi-pro stuff would be.
So that's because like even a team like I think South Dakota has a team. Yeah, like you say, like a lot of places in America still are like they love basketball, but they're untouched with it. Like they can't. Like people got to go see their high school games.
There's no pro teams in South Dakota, North Dakota.
It's a whole market. Or like even if you
and you don't even get like an exhibition game, really.
Yeah. Like I think the Clippers G League team is in some city that I've never.
The Agua Caliente one?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
I don't know where it is either.
I don't know what that is.
I'd like to go.
Is it in California?
Yeah. It's
I'm sure it's in California. It's far away, but it's like you can't really go to LA. You can to go see basketball, but you can't.
Because there's like Drew League and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but also like
actual organized for real basketball. You can't go see that because you live too far away.
Yeah.
So for those markets, it's great for them because they actually get to go see real basketball.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm with you for the players. Like I just think the G League needs to be built up like baseball. Like baseball. Like I think let's say because even Larry Bird, he got drafted, but he was still in college while he got drafted, and then came in a year later with the Celtics. So like. Baseball, you can get drafted in college.
You can draft in high school.
You can draft in high school and you just grow with that. I think you can still need to maybe get drafted, go to the G League. You have to play a year in the G League, work through that, and then.
Yeah, because there's the thing in the G League too is like you get those guys like there's no tenure in the G League.
Yeah.
Like you could just be done. So you get that mix of being a young guy and playing against vets who are super hungry vets.
Yeah.
No matter what.
And also with the G League. I forgot what I was about to say, but still, I'm with you with the G League. I also think that you can build it up. That's what I was gonna say. The point I was gonna make. You can build it up, especially with the fact that you see people looking at LaMelo's games. Like, what if you could build that and put that at like a 4 p.m. time slot or something like that
on Sunday.
And on Sunday, and if you're a kid, you have nothing else to
football before the 5:30
like
starts.
The bowling, like those bowling slots. So like you see, like I used to watch mad random college football games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like so that 7:30 slot on like a Tuesday.
You're watching like FCS.
Yeah, on like
it's a tournament.
Yeah, on like ESPN too. Like if you could get the G League basketball on there, people who love basketball also again can watch those games.
Have you ever watched the G League dunk contest?
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
It's amazing, bro. It's
well, because think how many good guys are really only dunkers, but can play well enough to play in the G League without the NBA.
The G League and the G League and the college dunk contest are two of the craziest dunk contests. The NBA dunk contest is like
every now and then the high school one's good. When there's like high school crazy, the McDonald's one, like Blake Griffin was in high school. That one's crazy.
Remember LeBron's? It was not fire.
I do not remember.
It was not fire.
Do you remember
it was not fire. Yes, I do. Shout out Candace Parker.
This one?
That's that's why I learned about who she was. I'm like, damn, she going up there like like that was 04. I think it was like J.R. Giddens was in there.
A bunch of people missed their dunk.
I think J.R. Giddens was in there. I think J.R. Smith might have been in that dunk contest too. But the Braun one, it was like watching that.
He did like big power dunks.
Watching that, I understood why he never did the NBA one. It's like he's not that creative. He's not an acrobatic dunker. He's power. It's power.
Yeah, which is like if you put the hoop up to 12 and dunk, I'm like, that's cool. But also, it's still kind of anticlimactic because you're doing a regular dunk.
It's like, oh wow.
Put the hoop up to 12, you're like, that's cool. Nah, I feel you. But I guess we got to actually get into an actual topic. We got into
I mean, it's hoops and brews.
Should we talk about the Buddy Hield thing?
A dope tangent. I do want to talk about the Buddy Hield. So, Buddy Hield obviously went to the media and basically said, pay me or I want to leave.
Tactfully.
Yeah.
And said, pay me or I want to leave. So, one, what do you think about Buddy Hield doing that the way he did it? And also, what do you think about, should the Kings pay him? Should they pay him the money that he wants? He wants the max. Should they pay him that?
Go ahead, you want to go first?
On the max? I mean, I'll answer part 2 first. Yeah, absolutely. If you're the Kings, who are you getting? Like, who's coming to the Kings for a max if you're not signing somebody that you have that's already great? I mean, that's already really, really good, at the very least.
I think you have to give it to him because what's the difference? $20 million right now between where they're at.
I mean, if you're in Sacramento,
$20 million. That's the
business.
Thing. Yeah, because think about it, bro. You got De'Aaron coming up in 2 years.
Also worth it.
He's gonna get a max.
Like, the thing is, you can just give both these guys the max.
But then you got Bogdanovich.
Yeah, but you still have
maybe move him or something.
But didn't they offer him? I think they offered him a max. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they offered him a max. They paid Harrison Barnes. Also, Bagley coming up in 2 more years.
Yeah, 2 more.
You go get Bagley.
I think you do have to make a choice at some point, but I guess I just wouldn't make a choice with Fox and Hield because the backcourts in the West are insane. You need a a terrific backcourt, and so I think for those two guys to lock those guys up, I think you have to.
Yeah, what like shooting guard would you want to get for $90 million that you think would be better than Buddy Hield? Like if you're the Kings.
I think they need a wing though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think what they really, really need is like that 3-and-D small forward.
You don't think Barnes can be that anymore?
No. I think Barnes is better at the 4.
Yeah, but Bagley's not going to play the 5, and you're not going to get rid of Bagley. And you're not putting Bagley on the bench. Like,
but they said last year that like the plan was they wanted to play Bagley at the small forward. He's just like he's not really there.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like coming into the season, they were like, you might see Bagley at the 3, and I remember being like, dude, that was such a waste of a draft pick. Why are you doing this? But like, he's more skilled than I thought he was.
No,
really. I thought he was really good coming out. I feel like I was one of the only people that actually believed in Marvin Bagley.
I mean, yeah, you were right. I was like, he's athletic, like he's got a lot of the tools, but like I've never seen him like with like a swab or like a. You know what I mean? Like, on it, like having a little something different about the
way. I feel like you float into the corner. They won't be able to see you in a minute. But I mean, with Buddy, I just think Buddy, for him, you're not a franchise player, and you're not a name, which is what I was arguing with the homie Jimmy about, who was telling me Buddy Hield was more of a name than Brent Forbes. I'm like, no, he deserves his max because of production. He's one of the best shooters in the league.
Yeah, definitely. He's not a name guy.
You have a team with a bunch of guys that are really like near the same height, that kind of do all the same thing, with the exception of Harrison, with the exception of Harrison Barnes and Buddy Hield. Like they're the only two people that don't really do the same thing as the other guys on the team. But Harrison Barnes isn't that good to me. He's never been that good to me. And Buddy Hield is, for all that he's worth, like if I'm Sacramento, that $20 million against the cap, like we could be in a bad situation if this team goes south. Like what if like somebody could get injured and then next thing you know we selling again and then we got to try and go and sell your contract.
And also, you still haven't made the playoffs. Like, you haven't made the playoffs. So it's like, okay, should Buddy want the max? Yes, he should. I think some team will give it to him. Also,
so do you trade him or do you just let him go? Because that's the thing.
No. I think him doing that was genius because we're talking about it. Yeah. It's like he's basically put the Kings in a situation. He's basically put the Kings in a situation where
they're kind of the bad guys.
He might not get the max, but he's made it a situation where if you're his agent, you can like call up a team, figure interest, and there will be teams with some money. That's what this free agent class. It's not like the name guys, but there are guys that can really really help your team and put you over the top if you have the money to do it. So he could have some team, the Cavs, the Hornets, some team call up like, do you want $30 million?
If there's any,
do you want $25 million?
If there's any crazy contract, I always forget that like, no, the Hornets would pay that.
Yeah.
Like any contract situation,
not for Buddy. Like I got a lot of respect. For Buddy, but if I'm Michael Jordan, you get him the hell away.
The Hornets are gonna have a lot of money this offseason, and you have to use it. Like you just can't keep they'll have a max slot. Now, granted, they're not gonna get like an Anthony Davis. They're not gonna get like a
that would be
if like Anthony Davis.
Yeah, like they're not
gonna the Lakers for the Hornets.
Yeah, like they're not gonna get like an Anthony
storyline.
Yeah,
like they're not gonna get them, but those guys who are like, if you was like an 84 on 2K, 85 on 2K,
for sure, I know exactly what you're saying.
Buddy, like that range. B plus,
like a 1B type guy.
Exactly. Like Buddy is in
like a Tobias. No disrespect.
But yes, Buddy is in that range. Like, is he actually worth $130 million? No, but to the right team, yes.
I think 110 right now from the. I think if you really want,
they didn't offer 110 though.
I know. I'm saying if they paid 110, if you really want to give it a run, if they wouldn't have had to, I think changing coaches really kind of put him behind the 8 ball in the situation too.
Yeah.
Because if they had the same coach, I'd be like, look, he knows what's up. Give him the 110. You're really making a push with the same coach. They got Luke now, and it's like, all right, so you're kind of doing a whole new thing. Now do you want to give him the 110? Because that is like the argument against it that I'm like convincing myself right now of like, it's a new coaching staff. If you would have kept the coach, there would have been some continuity. I think you feel more comfortable giving him the max.
Yeah.
But with the new stuff, it's like,
and Luke's a fucking terrible coach.
I will agree with that.
Luke Walton is the worst coach in the NBA, and I always thought Scott Brooks is the worst coach in the NBA. But Luke Walton is the worst coach in the NBA. I've been lobbying for that man to get fired forever, and he got fired and then got rehired instantly. My mind is still blown. My mind is still blown.
Team.
What did you? What
got on the job?
What has anybody seen from him that makes him think that he is capable of leading a team? People love to shit on Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's a better goddamn coach than Luke Walton.
Jason Kidd ain't a bad coach. He's not a bad coach.
Like his personal life might be whatever.
How much better the Bucks were as soon as he was gone.
He's not bad. He's not good.
He's better than Luke.
I'll agree with that.
I know you guys are Clippers guys, but did you watch the Lakers last year?
Not very closely. Yeah.
But wasn't Jabari?
They were terrible.
They
were terrible.
When he
yeah.
It was like a lot going on in Milwaukee.
But he also
was a lot.
He never knew
like,
and their rosters
dude. He wasted years of
like yes, but their rosters
I don't know about that.
Like,
I disagree with that. Giannis said Kidd gave him the confidence to grow his game and expand his game.
Yeah.
Like Giannis cried when Jason Kidd got fired.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that? Like he literally cried.
To be fair, I feel like Giannis
he didn't know another
I don't
coach
mean that
though.
either.
What if Luke Walton was his coach? He might have cried then.
He wouldn't have cried if Luke Walton got fired. He would be like, thank God.
To be fair.
This man, Luke Walton easily has he has the worst rotations in NBA history to me. I've never seen a coach with worse rotations than Luke Walton.
Yeah, that Warriors team gave him the job. It's insane.
Yeah.
I remember watching that happen, and it was crazy because everyone at the time was like, Luke Walton's going to get paid a bunch of money because of this stress that they're going on right now. And it just happened, and everyone knew it was going to happen. It's insane.
Yeah.
Luke's trash, man. I'm sorry he is. What's the next topic?
Clippers. So we all of us.
Opening night specifically?
Opening night, the season, I guess all of it basically. Clippers, what do you expect? What things do you like? What things worry you? Just Clippers in general. Clippers.
Okay, I know the preseason, whatever. Everyone's like pretty chill and gung-ho about having an awful preseason. Everyone seems fine with it. I'm still a tiny bit worried.
No,
I know that Redick shot shitty, and there was one. Justin Russo has like great, crazy stats on the Clipper stuff. He posted some stat line from like Redick in the offseason that was just terrible. He shot like, 27% the whole offseason, or in the preseason.
Mm.
And like with Sham, we're not supposed to be worried and all this stuff, but like I'm a little worried about boards.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty worried about boards. Zubac's had a couple of games where he had like 4 boards.
Yeah.
The transition defense looks really troubling.
Transition defense is a little tough.
Like getting burned.
But it's hard too because we didn't see any major guys play minutes together.
I feel like a lot of that was partially because of injuries, but I think it was purposeful as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think they want to show what.
Yeah, because even like Doc today, like I was talking to Doc and I asked him because every time we talk, we just want to talk about defense. I mean, that's So I sent him a text like, what should I ask Doc about? He wanted me to ask him about this team versus like the old Celtics, and then about the defense. Like, you know what? I'll ask him about the defense because I don't want to make him mad. Like it's a Sunday afternoon, I gotta go.
No, I don't want to make it not based. No, basically, I just wanted to just like when you like look at both questions were kind of like defensive work like minded. Mm-hmm. Like the Celtics were still a defensive team. Yeah. Like KG won defensive player of the year. So it's like, do you see any similarities from? Yeah, and it all came together one season, worked really, really well. I mean, I remember people talking about what they're gonna beat the 72-10 record. Yeah. Early in the season that year. So it came together, it worked, you won a ring. Do you see any similarities between this Clippers team and that team you had in 08? But you can continue to.
No, but basically he was just saying that the same thing Kawhi told me after the first game. It's like, we're just running schemes, not really sure about what we're going to do in terms of personnel. So I feel like a lot of this is like partially by design because they don't really know what they're going to do yet.
He said that. He said he was like, it's a delicate dance,
exactly.
and I'm not a good dancer or something like that in one of those pressers. And it was like, okay, weird metaphor. Weird metaphor for kind of an intense thing since the season starts on Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like, but like, it's one of those things where it's like, the fact that there's still some continuity from there's a lot of continuity from last year makes me a little more reassured and like checks myself a little bit with how the preseason went. But like, I mean, some of Shaman's shot looked flat. I just hope he's getting some.
But part of that kind of worries me because Lou Will today talked about how he felt like they got a different team and has a different squad than what it was last year. So it's so you know what I mean. So it's like we're looking at it like, oh, like Zoo was there, Lou was there, like, but in their eyes they're like, you know what I mean. But scheme wise, they're like, yo, we got a whole new team. We got a completely different. So it's kind of. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to
be very interesting. That's why this season it's going to either turn out really bad or really, really good. And I'm more likely to say that it's going to turn out really good because I picked them to be the number 1 seed. If they're not the number 1 seed, I'm going to be very disappointed.
But that's why this season to me is so interesting because it's like with every team we could do this. Like with the Clippers, and that's why also I think like it's kind of reminiscent of like the 90s in the West. When it's like some teams could beat other teams, but this team couldn't beat this team. Yeah. Like Lakers and Clippers. If we want to talk opening night, I would give the Lakers an advantage on opening night.
I think we actually all do.
I'm pretty sure. Reason being, I think the Clippers, if you had to like pinpoint one thing, is your interior defense. So even when I like talked to Zubac and asked him like, yo, what's your goals for this year? And he said, I want to be a top defensive center. I'm like, as long as you know. As long as you know what you need to do. As long as you, it was very, very encouraging.
I know exactly what you
mean. You know, I'm so happy you said that, bro. Shout out to you for saying that.
If you think about the lineup of like Bev, let's say Paul George, Kawhi, JaMychal, or like Bev, Paul George, Kawhi, Mo, and Zoo. Obviously, what point of attack is the easiest?
The front
court.
Yeah. It's 100% Zoo.
And
that's no disrespect. Everyone's just also really good around it, but he's doing it.
But you also have to think about the guys that in the Western Conference that he's going to be going up against. Most of the centers that he's going to be playing against, or the power forwards that he'll be slotted off or switched on, can pass.
Yeah.
Like Millsap can pass, Jokic can pass, Draymond can pass, AD can pass. Like all of these guys can pass. So when you put him in a pick and roll, like he's gonna really have to play stellar fucking defense. Or every single night they're gonna put that man in the pick and roll, and especially against the Lakers, I'm running a pick and pop. I'm putting AD at the 5.
Well, did you see when they got pick taps on him in the Mavs game? A little bit. It didn't happen very much, obviously, but like they're.
By the way, the Mavericks look insane. By the Mavericks
look.
By the way,
Luka.
By the way, I just want to say,
Luka.
They had a lineup in which they had Boban and I was like, what is this?
It worked.
It worked. I was like, what is this, bro? This man is after the new heights. He's 7'3".
No, do you want to know something crazy? You want to know something crazy? I've been trying to beat the Lakers on 2K with the new rosters on Hall of Fame. I've tried like 8 times. Cannot beat them, especially because like Boogie is always on a roster, so he comes in and plays. But I was playing against them with the Mavericks. It's the closest I've gotten to beating them. I've lost by like 9 points the other day. I had Boban, Kristaps, and I think and I had like Finney Smith, Luka, and Courtney Lee on the court. I was like, what? Like literally, and Boban from everywhere just does this. So like they're going to be insane.
Kristaps looks great.
Yeah, I did not know what to expect of him coming back.
He came in like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't look like the same human being before. Like at all. Like
he did some time. Like you ever see somebody when they did some time, they come back and they
but also the one thing that I was even watching one night this week I was watching Penny Hardaway. I think I was tweeting something about Penny Hardaway, so I was like, let me go back and watch Penny after Shaq, because like I remember Penny with Shaq and I've seen those games. But let me see what happened afterwards. So I was watching 1997 first round Magic and Heat, and it was like Penny had to do so much. Like it was actually criminal. To like what they like their idea of giving that man help was like, all right, you just play the 2, and we'll have Darryl Armstrong bring the ball up, and we just run you off the screen to come get it. Like in New York, KP had to do so much. And even what Phil said is like he's not built to be a number 1 guy, and I think that people
he's another one of those 1B guys.
Yeah, and like I think that people take that and they're like
1B guy.
Yeah, and I think people take that
1A.
Yeah, and I think people take that and like are offended by it, but it doesn't mean that like it's a very, very small crop of guys that I think you drop anywhere on planet Earth, nothing changes.
Yeah,
and I don't think Luka, not Luka, KP isn't that, but when you put him with Luka, you put him in that situation. Now that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I actually think he'll probably end up leading the team in scoring.
I think
he'll lead the team in scoring.
I think he will, but I think that's something that Luka needs.
I think Luka will get to like the 18. I think Luka's going to be at like some crazy like 18, 7, and 8.
No, he averaged 23 last year. I think 18. So you think he's going to drop down 5 points from what he did last year? That's an honest question.
Kristaps will be getting so many.
Luka had better averages all across the board than LeBron.
So I'll go 20.
I'm dead ass.
I believe you.
I'm dead ass serious. I'm not joking.
I'll go
more points, more rebounds, more assists. I'm not joking.
I'll go 28.
2.7 more rebounds per game than LeBron.
I gave Luka this year like I think he'll do like 21, 8, and 8.
Yeah, okay.
Like 21, 8, and 8 because I think that his he should be a passer first. He can score, but he should be a passer first, especially with KP. I think KP is a better scoring. I think KP.
He had a bunch of other good guards on that team,
that too.
Which I think could cut away from his assists.
Brunson is Courtney Lee is not terrible. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is better than Donovan Mitchell.
JJ Barea.
He still looks good.
It's still good on the Mavs.
I looked and I'm like, it doesn't look like your game has changed that much off the
It doesn't have to.
It's because it's like you don't really rely on athleticism anyway.
Never have.
So it's like
if you've never relied on athleticism, you're ahead of a lot of people in terms of like the mental aspect of the game. Because you're like, I know what I can do.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know my spots.
Exactly. So they still look. And when they played, like you said, when they played the Clippers, I was just watching it.
Like disregard the Clippers shooting because that was an anomaly.
But I was like watching it and I'm like, that's KP.
Yeah.
That's Boban on the court.
KP looks fat.
I'm kind of hurt though.
Yeah.
JJ Barea don't look the same, man. JJ Barea is one of my favorite players in the NBA, man. He tore his Achilles last year. He tore his Achilles last year.
Yeah.
So like the speed, like before he was smaller,
he had
was
like
craftier, but like his first dribble, his first step off that first dribble could it could get him past LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it in the finals and it's gone. That burst is gone. So I don't even like
He's a field general.
He was a guy for me that for them was their, I don't want to say MVP, but he's
one of their most important players.
He's been their MVP really for the past like 3 or 4 years. Like he hasn't been the best player, but he's always been the guy to me that's kept that team together because he's more of a Lou Will for that team.
He's like the keep it even.
He's Lou Will for that team last year. That's literally like he doesn't score as much, but I think he's much better of a facilitator and running an offense than Lou in that thing. But like the same personality, he's what that was exactly the same ethos with that. And it hurts to see him. I saw him in preseason. I'm like, damn, JJ, it's over, bro.
It's not over.
It is.
It's not over.
It is, bro. He's not young anymore either. He's like 30 something.
Yeah.
He's not young anymore. It's like, damn, it's like he's my height. Like, damn, it's over.
He's still so big though.
He is. I haven't seen him in person. I really want to see him in person.
Like when I say this game hasn't changed, like yes, it's changed. But it's still it don't like a whole new human being. Yeah. Like some people get hurt, come back, and they don't even look like the same person no more. Yeah. Like he's still that's JJ Barea. Like this has changed, but I think he can still mostly do most of what he did, even off the injury.
I disagree with that.
100%. He's too small. I mean, like I just feel like you learn.
He's too small.
It's like what Doc talked about. Like some guys, like when you're a rookie, you'll get torched by like the oldest, slowest guy.
Because
he's up here, he's just smarter.
Up here.
And like Barea, like he's got that kind of vet type stuff.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Do you guys think that Dallas front court of Kristaps is better than Denver's with Jokic and Plumlee?
Yes.
I mean, like, can be.
I would say Boban is more skilled all around than.
Well, it depends.
He can shoot.
Are you putting Luka in that front court, or is he a backcourt player to you?
He's a 2 to me.
He's a wing or a 2, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, like, just like front court. Because, like, Denver front court, like, kind of wreaked havoc on teams in limited minutes. Yeah. And I would say that this front court is more skilled.
Denver played really well against the Clippers. They were kind of, it was one of those. It's like I never really like watching Denver games because they're like slow burns. They're kind of
It's very methodical,
very Spurs in nature. Like you know what I mean?
Like it's not exciting. It's effective.
Yeah, it's not exciting. It's effective. But I like Michael Porter Jr. He's the one guy where I'm like, okay, if I want to see a show, Michael Porter Jr.
If Michael Porter Jr. ends up being good,
oh my God,
I'm gonna be.
I think he can average 27 to 28 in the league.
Why?
Because
I think he's gonna average.
I think he can.
See, that's the one thing.
I'm not saying it yet.
No,
I'm not saying it yet. But if Michael Porter Jr. becomes good, I'm going to be like...
Yeah, because I remember on draft day, I was like, you got 2 picks back to back. Pick Michael Porter Jr. I was like, I mean...
But I was also like, who the fuck is Jerome Robinson? No disrespect to Jerome. I do think he can be a serviceable NBA player. No problem at all.
Yeah, but serviceable and Michael Porter Jr. are 2 different things.
I know.
But also, like, they did have a lot of forwards on the roster. Like, you kind of had, like, they've been looking at the Kawhi thing for a minute. You had Gallinari on the roster. You had Tobias on the roster.
Yeah. They just drafted 2 guards.
Yeah, but also it's like Jerome can help us more right now because we think we're a playoff team. We don't really want to. Like I understand why they didn't pick him.
Yeah,
but also if he becomes because again we got.
But also just come on, you know. What I mean? I feel like that's my only
exactly. Like you talking about somebody who was before he got hurt was no one player in high school.
Yep.
I don't put crazy stock in that high school because there's some like.
That's like what 3 years ago now.
Yes, but it's a whole bunch of guys that was like.
He also went to Nathan Hale, which isn't like Seattle high schools.
Fair.
I don't know.
Fair, but still,
Jamal Crawford was number 1 at Rainier Beach. Like that's a crazy basketball school. Like O'Day or something like that. But like Nathan Hale.
But still, to have that guy sitting there like at the end of the lottery. When that was really 2 years ago, not even like it's 3 years ago now. Yeah. But then it was 2 years ago. It really like a year and a half.
It was 2 drafts ago.
Yeah, like it was really like a year and a half ago. To have that guy sitting there like late in the lottery, that don't really come around too often.
Yeah.
But no, that's my only thing about
injury concerns are so real though.
No, like
he's had the same back surgery Steve Kerr had to get.
Yeah, like no, it's
2 years ago. So like he has old man back surgery already.
And then someone whose mom has very bad back issues and has had like multiple herniated disc and like spine problems, probably about like 6 different spine surgeries, it is a very slippery slope.
For sure.
But for him, I think the only thing that will be beneficial for him is that he is a guy that even me seeing him in person, I was like, I expected him to not be necessarily. He was as tall as I thought he would be.
Okay.
But he was also a lot more slender than I thought he would be.
He's super
skinny. But he's got slim muscle. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't look bony like KD did.
Or
like KD, like
Shea.
Yeah,
Shea
exactly.
is skinny. Like Shea was super skinny last year.
Yeah, or even like KD. Like KD looked kind of gangly. Like Michael Porter Jr. doesn't
like
look
the biggest part of his arm.
Exactly. Like Michael Porter Jr. doesn't look gangly. Like Michael Porter Jr. He's slim, but he has a physique.
It's like right on the outline.
You know
of
what I mean?
What his,
So when I saw that, I was like, okay, well, you might have back problems, but you look like a guy that will be able to keep weight off. You know what I mean? Yeah. So versus Zion, even with us talking about Zion, like if Zion had back issues with his weight, I would be like, nah, I'm not drafting you. But Michael Porter Jr. with his weight and his back issues, if he can keep his back issues to subdued, and they really put the emphasis on trying to take care of it like young. I think a lot of people with back issues, they have back issues when they're young, and then they think like, oh, I'm young, so like I'll be fine on whatever, and then it gets progressively worse, and then it starts to degenerate.
Well, it's worse for taller people.
Yeah,
it's gonna be worse. Like the muscle is longer. It's gonna be more
so he has to stay slim, but also build those muscles. Like the same way KP looks, I want Michael Porter Jr. not to necessarily be as big, obviously, but be somewhere kind of in the middle of that in about 3 years. Because you're gonna need that strength in your core, you're gonna need it in your back. Yeah. He's really gonna be playing more of like a 4 hybrid, like a 3-4 hybrid. Yeah. So you're gonna have to bang with some guys some nights, and other nights you're gonna have to play finesse. Your back is gonna have to, with that, and even with seeing like he's the only guy on that team where I look and I'm like they're excited, but their bigs they worry me. Their bigs worry me, especially for a team like the Clippers. Because can Zoo play out that far?
No.
Can JaMychal play Jokic? I don't know about
also, the thing with Jokic is like
you would have to probably put Kawhi on Jokic.
No, you can put Mo on.
Also, you could. Also,
Mo Harkless?
Yes.
Yeah, was he guarding him last in Portland?
I don't have the matchup stats in front of me.
No, it was just an honest question. I don't remember seeing, like I was just asking because I know that they played each other in the series.
Also, the thing with Jokic is like, yes, he's bad defensively, but at least he tries now.
Yeah.
At least I was watching.
That was like Gallo last year. Like Gallo was still like he's maybe not the best, but
at least
sure as hell trying.
At least like when he has long arms, he can get him past the lanes. Like certain things, like he doesn't.
The hustle plays are there.
Yeah. He doesn't go there and like lock nobody down.
But the tactful.
But it's like okay, and if he's gonna play deep, like again, I personally think, in my humble opinion, Jokic is the best in the league.
No,
from what I've seen.
How is he better than Embiid? How?
I think offensively he's better.
What?
I give Embiid the edge defense, but I think offensively he's better.
Come on, man. When you need a bucket at the end of the game, who are you giving the ball to, Embiid or Jokic? Embiid has better numbers across the board.
How many offensive centers have won NBA championships? Like since like Duncan? It's not a thing anymore.
It's not.
Well, and honestly, I'm sure somebody in there will be like, Duncan wasn't an offensive center.
Yeah,
I mean, Duncan wasn't an offensive center. Duncan.
He made much more on defense, but he did put up numbers. I'm sorry.
Like he did. Like that's actually great. Like I don't know, like how many offensive centers would he really?
Well, it's like
do you think he was? Okay, Shaq.
David Robinson was an offensive center.
David Robinson.
He was a defensive center, but he had to stop it. He led the league in scoring. I don't stop it, David Robinson. Because now you finna start getting blasphemous.
Who led that team to a championship? Now, granted, like who do you want to say Robinson led it, or do you want to say Duncan led it, or was Duncan the 1B?
Duncan was the Porzingis. He wasn't the Robinson yet. David was getting old, but that was still David Robinson's team.
Okay, that's fair.
It was the last of it, but
that's fair.
Yeah, and just with everybody, when you sit your glasses down, just try to sit them down a little soft, so they can hear it in the mic. No problem.
So we got Shaq and we got Robinson.
I love Jokic. I think Jokic is great.
I think Jokic is amazing.
His passing is, basketball is going through a weird change right now, too. It's getting way different, like way different.
Yeah.
And so I think, it's insane that they can run the pick and roll with 2 7-footers with Plumlee and Jokic. And Jokic is, where would you put him in the top passers in the league? I'd put him in the upper echelon of passes in the league, easy.
Top 10.
That's absurd.
He's he's the best passing big man probably we've seen.
100%.
Probably we've seen.
Yeah.
But now, granted, we ain't seen some other people operating the same space Jokic is operating in right now because of the era.
Yeah.
But that we've seen, so the skills up, Jokic is probably the best.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I'm not upset by that.
That we've seen.
I'm not upset.
But that's also why
defensively, it is a pretty steep drop off.
But again, I don't think Jokic is terrible defensively. Again, I don't think he'll lock nobody.
Embiid is a top 3 to 5 defender in the NBA.
Yes, but listen.
This is my problem with you.
This is my problem.
You gonna tell me the guy can pass better, but the other guy's rebounding equally as good as him, scoring more points, and is all NBA level defender.
He scores more points, but I think he scores more points because Jokic is a better passer. I think if Jokic wanted to go out there and put up 27, he could.
You think he's deferring?
No, I think he couldn't go out there and put up 20. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have the stamina to do that.
He'd be so much worse. On the defensive end.
Listen,
Jokic.
I didn't say you'd win.
No, let's see.
I'm not saying you'd win. Them winning basketball games and Jokic doing what he's doing exactly what he should be doing.
Is 16.3, 9.6. His highest career points per game was 20.1. He averaged 10.8 rebounds, 7.3 assists, 1.4 steals, 0.7 blocks.
Come on, bro.
That's not better than Joel Embiid.
Look. Embiid,
hold on, let me read Embiid's numbers.
Embiid is a better scorer.
And Embiid's been humbled half the time.
Listen. Embiid is a better scorer and he's a better defender, yes. But everything else...
What?
Everything
Embiid's numbers, 27.5, 1.9 blocks, 0.7 steals, 3.7 assists, which is half of what Jokic is averaging.
But come on,
averaging 13.6 rebounds per game.
Yes.
13.6 rebounds per game.
I hear you.
Exactly.
But if we talking about offense, bro, look.
It's disrespectful. Y'all are disrespectful to Joel Embiid.
Embiid is nice, and also Embiid is my pick for MVP.
Embiid's the second best. It's a 1A, 1B.
Yes, but if I got to go with who has more upside, I think it's Joel Embiid. You look at the physical stats, you look at the athleticism, I think Embiid has more upside. But who is the better basketball player?
How does that make sense to you?
Jokic will have a longer career.
How does 27.5, 13.6, 3.7, and 2 blocks a game? I just read his stats. His stats are 20 points per game, 0.7 blocks. 0.7 blocks for your starting center?
But he giving you a steal. But he giving you a steal. Look at how many centers
Embiid is giving you 2 blocks and damn near a steal. What are you talking about?
Jokic is giving you a whole steal.
He's giving you 2 whole ass blocks.
He's giving you 2 blocks. Jokic giving you 7
giving you 1.4.
He's giving you 7.8.
And Embiid is giving you half of that and 2 more rebounds.
What were their turnover numbers?
Blocks don't
Jokic 3.5. I'm sorry.
You can block the ball out of bounds. The other team gets the ball.
Embiid 3.5 turnovers a game. Jokic 3.1 turnovers a game.
And you're look, G. Look, bro.
7 points a game more. 7 points and 2 rebounds more. 7 points and 2 rebounds more. 7 points and 2 rebounds more.
Way more offensive
7 points and 2 rebounds more.
They average the same turnovers, and Jokic has more offensive responsibility.
That's disrespectful. Y'all so disrespectful to Joel Embiid, bro.
Has the more upside. He should be the better player. Embiid is my pick to win MVP. I think that
he won't play enough games, but
still,
come on,
if
man.
I had to pick an MVP,
wild.
I think Embiid could have a 94 King type year. You can win MVP.
Jokic ain't gonna never be better than 94 King could ever be.
But listen. I also got Jokic on my MVP standards. My top 3 MVP are right now. If I had to, Jokic, Dame Lillard, and Embiid.
A lot of big men in there.
Yes, but look at Jokic's numbers, bro.
Yeah,
that shit's wild.
Yeah, he's great. Offensively, he's incredible.
But even defensively, he's not terrible.
I can't believe that
he's not terrible.
I mean,
he's not great. He's not gonna lock anyone down. But he's not terrible.
But to your point, with how many turnovers Embiid commits, that takes away from how good
it's only 0.4 more turnovers, but he's giving you 7 more points per game.
He has the ball in his hands, so
he's
turning that ball over in the post.
What if Jokic averages a triple-double this year?
He's not gonna average a triple-double. Come on,
right.
He's gonna have to average 3 more assists. How? I'm asking you how.
I think he can do it.
He can do it.
How?
If Jamal Murray gets better, you also got Michael Porter Jr. He can shoot. You think you in rhythm? Malik Beasley, he gonna want some money.
That 3 assists is a lot of assists. Oh yeah.
I don't think he'll do it, but he could.
Yeah.
Do I think he'll do it? No, but he could.
Yeah.
They could have more pick and roll.
And look. Also, hold on, wait.
That's funny.
Bro, also, to my point, in the playoffs, you said that Embiid couldn't average 27. In the playoffs, he averaged 25. 25, 13, and 8.
Embiid was hurt with knee tendonitis.
With a steal and a block, basically.
Hurt.
So look,
while also being hurt with knee tendonitis and having a stomach flu for a whole last week.
Yeah, he's fat.
What?
And played 70 minutes.
Embiid said I'm at 60%.
They had a 4 overtime game. He played 60
You telling me
minutes.
Jokic is fat, but Embiid is telling everybody I'm playing at 60% conditioning because my knee been hurt all
I'm
year.
judging off
How does that make sense to you?
I'm judging off what
How does that make sense to you?
Give me
And
Jokic.
also, how does that make sense to you?
Give me Jokic.
Get the
It
fuck
makes
out of
perfect
here.
sense.
No, it don't. Stop it.
If you
When you
can't
try to
play,
get
how
Jokic
you
the ball at the end of the game,
you can't play.
True.
Who you give you can't get a ball to Jokic at the end of the
Yes,
game.
you can.
No, the fuck
Can you get it to Embiid?
Yes, you
Can
can.
you?
What?
Can you get it to Embiid?
Embiid is a walking bucket or a walking
I don't know
foul.
if he is. I don't know.
He damn near averaged 30 last year. Jokic averaged 20.
I think Jokic should be the best
Jokic
player.
averaged 20.
Yeah.
He averaged 20. He averaged 20. He averaged 20.
Look me in my eyes.
Lou Will averaged 20
Motherfucker in the playoffs, he averaged 25. And Lou
Will averaged 22 and 7.
Lou one of the most skilled scorers in the goddamn league.
He better than Joel Embiid. He better score than Joel Embiid.
Yes. Yes.
You're lying. You're lying. Yes. Lou Will is not a better scorer than Joel Embiid. You're lying.
Motherfucker is Joe G. You telling me 6'1".
You're telling me Joel Embiid got Hakeem Olajuwon potential.
28 minutes.
You telling me Joel Embiid got Hakeem Olajuwon potential,
yes.
but you telling me Lou Will better score than the man.
Potential is the
And
word.
he gave you
The word is
27.
potential.
Lou Will
Listen
can't
to
give
the
you
word
27.
you
You're
use. You said
lying.
potential.
You're lying.
G.
Number one option, Lou will give you 27.
Yeah, you win
lying.
games, but
Keep
you
lying
win.
to me. Keep
You
lying to
win
me.
games.
You're lying.
You
That's what makes you a better fucking player. Fuck out of here.
You would not
You're a
win
liar.
games.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a
would not
liar.
win games
Lou
because
Will
you
might not
do
even
it.
average 20 this year. Fuck out of here.
Because he don't need to.
What did he average in
You're a
17-18?
liar.
He was a primary
You're a
option
liar.
in
You're a
17-18.
goddamn
Where?
liar. Stop
He was
that
the primary
shit.
option in 17-18 when the Clippers had everyone hurt.
Taking 10 free throws a game. Stop that shit. You're a liar, man. Come on,
Jokic is gonna
man.
average
Fuck
triple
out of
double.
here. You can't tell me Harden is one of the best scorers in the league when a lot of his scoring
I
comes
had
from
him
taking
third.
free throws.
I had him third.
And Joel
I had him third.
Embiid. And Joel Embiid. It's a part of scoring.
Look, but listen. I had him third on my list.
Who?
I had Kawhi above him, and I had KD above him, and I had Kyrie above him.
Jokic is not a better offensive player than Joel Embiid.
Yes, he
No,
is.
he's not. He's not a better. No, he's not.
The motherfucker
No,
averaged
he's not.
7%.
No, he's not.
G.
Who commands more gravity, Joel Embiid or Jokic?
Debatable.
You get the
Actually,
fuck out of here.
Actually, Jokic. He's a better shooter. And he's a better shooter.
What?
Exactly.
Who in the league can guard Joel
Who
Embiid?
can guard Jokic?
Oh
He
my
averaged 25 in the
God! He can guard
playoffs.
himself. Did you see the man in the playoffs versus the
He was
Blazers?
fucking hooping.
He was hooping?
Yes.
Like I said, you couldn't give him the ball at the end of the games. That's why they
Yes, you
lost.
could.
No, you couldn't.
It went
You was
seven.
giving the ball to Jamal Murray, telling him to take the game-winning shots. Get the fuck out of here.
You can't give it to Embiid either.
Embiid doesn't
Yes, you
switch defense
can.
the way
The
they
man
do.
was hobbled and they still goddamn near beat the Raptors. Get the fuck out of here.
Gee.
We are literally a
They lost-
bounce
Gee.
dropping in from seeing Joel Embiid in the fucking
And
finals.
you act
with
like
these
the
Blazers.
Blazers, and look, you act like the Blazers Portland series wasn't close. That game was like
The
within 8
Blazers got
points.
swept by the fucking Warriors.
Okay.
Get the
Warriors.
fuck out of here.
Exactly. Exactly. Look. So wait.
The Blazers weren't a good team.
We gotta bring this
They
up.
were
right
not
now.
a good team.
I'd agree
The
with that.
Rockets were supposed to be in the Western Conference Finals, not the fucking
are a good ass
Blazers.
They
team.
should have stepped up then.
The Rockets were supposed to be in the Western Conference Finals.
17-3
And they fucking lost.
because that's mental. You fucked up. You were good enough to get up 17, figure that shit out and win the game. The Blazers had a good ass basketball team last year. But look, I hate people.
But they're a bad
But you telling me that?
Listen,
But you telling me their mental was bad, but they still beat Jokic and a team. And Jokic couldn't
a young
go out-
ass team.
Oh, stop
Gee,
that shit.
First time you in the
And-
playoffs, you average 25 and 13.
Yeah.
And
It's good.
And Enes Cannon was on Ramadan. He wasn't even eating.
He had
He wasn't even drinking.
He had dislocated shoulder.
He was putting
He had
cotton
dislocated
with
shoulder, yeah.
water on
He
his
had
lips
dislocated
to
shoulder.
hydrate himself.
He had
And he had a dislocated shoulder.
He got
And
that later on.
fucking took his
He got that
leg
later on.
and snapped
He
the
got
shit.
that later on.
What?
He got that later on. And also, but yeah, that's why I think the Blazers are still a good basketball team. They
Nigga, I don't want to hear that
hold
shit.
on.
You fuck out of here.
CJ,
You talking to me about Jokic's production when Nurkic wasn't even on the floor?
Tanner was
Turner
fuck out of
Evan
here.
Turner was decent.
You're lying.
Myers literally had the
Come
game
on,
in his
man.
life in game
Come on,
four.
fam.
Like,
Come on,
Are you on
fam.
Rodney Hood Island?
Come
Do you
on,
like Rodney
fam.
Hood?
Yeah, I fuck with Rodney.
Come on, fam.
I'm a Cavs fan.
He'd be alright.
It is alright. Don't
I
nobody
fuck with the
love Rodney
Cavs,
Hood.
and I was watching Rodney Hood when he was
Why
in
did they
Cleveland.
cut
Don't nobody
Sedarius?
love Rodney Hood. Who love Rodney
I
Hood?
have no idea.
You like
Why did
Rodney
they cut
Hood?
Because they do have a lot of guards. They have a whole lot of guards.
He was one of the better guards they had.
They got a lot of
He can play
guards.
the three though.
They got a
Defensively,
lot
he'd be good.
They got a decent amount of forwards too. You got Jetty and you got
Hobson's doing
Kevin
okay.
Porter.
Yeah, but nobody who's good at defense.
They're gonna be one of the worst defensive teams.
They were last
I
year,
did a
too.
podcast.
Yeah, like they're gonna be one of the worst defensive teams
I
ever
did a
again.
podcast with some Cavs fans, and I was like, "How many games do you think you guys are gonna win?" And he was just like,
12.
He was literally like, "Dude," he goes, "So many things have to go right for us to win 20 games."
Bro, they're gonna be.
He goes, "So many things have to go right." And I was like,
Kevin
"Yeah,
Love
you're
is
right,
washed
bro."
up then.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think he gets moved?
He better, because if you telling me you're going to win 20 games, what are you keeping Kevin Love?
No,
I hope he gets moved.
Like every time because I do 2K with like the Cavs a lot. He'll like make
that does not sound fun.
Like he'll make the All-Star team, but like he'll average like
just create a franchise.
He'll average like 20 and 10, but he'll shoot like 39%. Like it's like it's like
he's not a number one guy.
Yeah,
he was when he was younger.
No, he wasn't. He was not a number one guy. That's why Minnesota was.
I guess terrible. No, you're right. It's like that Lou Williams point you just made. Exactly. You're going to lose a lot of games,
but you're going to lose a lot of.
He'll have some 20 and 20 games,
exactly.
and you'll lose.
Could he be amazing? Yes, he could. Yeah. Would you? Is that a popular formula for winning basketball games? No.
You know what? He should go back to being big like Jokic is.
Oh yeah.
Because that's one thing that hurt him in the post. It's like, I would wait, but like, oh, we'll post up Kevin Love. I'm like, he lost too much weight.
Jokic is so soft; he can take all of it.
Exactly.
I don't think he want to be that big though. I don't think Kevin Love wants to be that big. I think physically he's
literally a model. So I feel like business interest wise, like he is.
I just feel like
he's not going back to being fat back.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah,
he can't keep that kind of going.
The goatee can only cover up so much on a big guy's face.
Yeah.
Call that man Kevin Heavy.
Kevin Heavy.
How many games? So we were talking about the Clippers at the beginning of all this. Yeah. What happens opening night?
They lose to the Lakers.
I think the hype.
They lose to the Lakers.
I think they're probably gonna. There's a very good chance they lose. I think the hype dies down a bunch for the first 10 games of this season. For the first 10 games of the season.
Yeah, because people kind of gonna forget Paul George leaving there.
Because right now the Clippers are still like everyone's healthy on paper, whatever. A lot of people are saying favorites, Vegas odds, whatnot. Still weirdly not talked about a lot. For a team that is theoretically the favorite, maybe in the West, or considered a favorite for sure, still not talked about that much. We're talking about Buddy Hield more
than the Clippers.
Than we're talking about the Clippers.
Yeah.
So we are like it's weird.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm at nauseam point of talking about the Clippers just because we've been covering them, so we just talk about them.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Same with us. But nationally wise, like the hype might not crater because that seems like a bad thing, but like I think the hype going away is good for this team. Like you were practicing, it was totally closed.
I don't think the hype will go away. I think that if they start losing, the oven's gonna start getting hot because Laker Nation is ready to pounce.
Absolutely,
they're like a lion looking at a water buffalo right now.
And the Clippers for fans for sure, but not for the organization. No, they don't care about
No. I'm sure the organization might not, but I mean the fans are.
No,
the organization. The fans are.
They were sending emails about how they're calling Steve Ballmer balls. The Lakers organization hates the Clippers organization.
I know, but the Clippers it doesn't alter.
Oh yeah, no, they don't give a shit.
Oh no, they were sending emails about what?
Yeah, like Jeannie Buss and Dolan were emailing. They call Steve Ballmer balls.
Really?
Yeah. There was like the email like
screaming.
Yeah, like
that's wild.
They literally hate the Clippers organization. No, it's crazy. I'm all for it.
I love the beef.
As far as like
rivalry,
it's like a good rap beef.
As far as like
make it like wrestling.
As long as nobody dies, it's a good rap beef.
I don't think the Clippers will ever get like
things are going so sad.
The hype level they deserve until they leave Staples. Like I think they have to leave Staples and create their own thing outside of that.
I would if they come and they win a championship,
if they win one of the next 2 years in Staples, that would be such a great peace out.
Yes, but then imagine taking that to your own place and you really got your own LA and Inglewood, two different countries there.
Yeah.
Damn near. So it's like you got the people who own more on this side is gonna go there, and the people who around there can go there.
I feel like I'm the only one that don't want them to move. I like the fact that they're downtown.
I
love that they're downtown.
It's not about
I like when teams are downtown.
It's just
it makes
that
it feel like the city's team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a very much like baseball stadiums downtown are insane to me because it's like such a weird ass thing to have.
Yeah.
But it does make it feel like the city's team and stuff like that. It's like how the LA Galaxy play in Carson or wherever the hell.
And also LA Live is just like an experience. So even if you don't want to watch the game, you can still go to Tom's Urban and be around Lakers Clippers fans during the games.
And multi-purpose stadiums is great.
I think they'll have that.
So I mean, I hope so, but I just feel like if they have to create a very similar type of environment, but also like
there's gotta be
I don't know how the environment in Inglewood is going to be around there, what the crowd is going to be like, what the stadium is going to be like. So for me, I'm like, I don't care about where they play basketball. I just want them to fucking win. I just want them to win so that way people can stop talking about it. The same way I want the Bulls to win, so that way I can stop hearing people tell me that we've been trash and that we're nothing without Michael Jordan.
The Bulls aren't anything without Michael Jordan.
Shut up.
Bulls are going to be fun.
You're from Chicago. I don't want to
talk to you. The Bulls are not a historic franchise.
You're disrespectful.
Look.
The Bulls are a historic franchise. Shut up, bro.
Outside of Michael Jordan, what history do the Bulls have?
They're one of the first NBA franchises.
Kirk Heinrich.
I fuck with Kirk Heinrich, but
he's great. No,
I fuck with Kirk Heinrich, but really,
There's not a whole lot.
Gee, I've been to United.
But that's not a bad thing.
Listen, bro.
What
I've been to United the mad times. I got 3 retired jerseys.
I told him that he kicked him into my nose. Yeah,
they are. Even if you look at the jerseys in the stands, they got what? 3 of them, 4 of them.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Jerry Sloan, Bob Love.
Derrick Rose is tight. Derrick Rose is going to
be. D-Rose going to be up there. Luol Deng should get retired, but I don't know if he is.
Joakim Noah.
He should, but I don't know if he is.
We were talking about this on the drive over. Joakim Noah, is he a Hall of Famer? Because it's Basketball Hall of Fame.
It's gonna take him a long time to get in though.
How many All-Stars did he make?
I think like
his college. Yeah, like I was like convincing myself like his college career is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
His college career is nuts.
Nah, yeah, he went back to back. Was he a player of the year too? I'm looking at his.
Was he Naismith player of the year? Because I think Florida had the Heisman and the Naismith.
They did,
and it was the only school to ever do that, to have the best player and best. The Sooners just missed it with Blake Griffin. And
he's a 2-time All-Star, 3-time All-Defensive, 1-time All-NBA, 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. He'll like. It's gonna be like
college numbers. Like his college accolades are crazy.
It's gonna be like 4th or 5th ballot, but he might get in.
I think he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
He's gonna get in.
Yes, but it's gonna be a late ballot.
He's a part of 2 of the greatest college basketball teams of all time.
Like, why is no one not on the team right
now? Is he saying no to offers? Do you think?
No, I just think that he just comes with a lot of baggage because he's one of those guys that is.
He needs the right fit.
It's like what probably the same way people gonna feel about Pat Bev in like 5-6 years. It's like he's just one of them older, like fiery locker guys, and I don't necessarily know if I need to bring him into my locker room
as the age and production goes down. It's not as worth it.
Dynamically try to shift the personalities in the locker room, and if, with a young team like Memphis, you want a guy like that to come in and do that for you because of the fact that he can kind of steady, but also like show some of those guys how to be pros. If you're a seasoned team, like you just need him to come in and play a role.
Yeah,
that's not necessarily kind of knowing who he was and kind of. He's always had things to say, especially about the organizations he's been in. It's like, is it worth it?
Yeah,
but although that's why the Clippers maybe didn't.
I still think they should sign him.
I agree 100%.
I think with him, what's the worst that can happen? And honestly, I think
the worst that can happen, you just cut him and then it's over.
In best case scenario, if things don't work out with Zoo, he can start for you because he can pass. You don't need him to score.
He can take a role now too. Yeah. I thought he was great, like in his role in Memphis.
He was great in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah, people didn't notice it much, but he was really good in Memphis.
Oh yeah,
but he was really
great
good
game against the Clippers.
Yeah,
20.
I mean, even the Lakers, like he had a great game against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like he was,
he's such a vet. He's one of those guys where he was one of those young guys where you're like, there's some young players who you see and you're like, you're gonna be such a good vet in such a weird way. Like you can project like their energy and how they play the game. You're like, even when you figure it out, you're gonna be such a good vet.
I mean, like I even like in the Devin Booker clip, he was like, "We not done." He's like, "Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Man. Yes, we are. Yes, we are." Like. I'm with you, and I think if you could bring him into that Clippers locker room, just going in there like with those like guys in there, I think like even like Doc, I think Doc is like his type of coach.
Yeah,
Doc, man, I think Doc is his like Doc not gonna change.
And like Trez and Joakim, the thing about that though is like Trez and Joakim would go.
I don't want to play against those people
or not well.
But you gotta put Jamichael. You can't have.
No, I mean I'm not talking about on the court. I'm talking about in the locker room.
Nah, and even like just being on the court, like I gotta listen to all y'all talking.
They bark. Like they're fucking like they talk. I
gotta listen to Pat, Noah. Kawhi talks more than people think that he does.
Did you watch any of the open practice?
A little bit, yeah.
Lou was like barking a ton, like talking a ton on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Especially at feed, which he's gonna need some time to figure this out.
And I think just even from like, being like around basketball more, like I think I even asked you like, yo, is it quiet here to you when I was like on the court? Like, is it mad quiet?
It was.
On the court?
That game
like,
we were at against Melbourne.
They weren't talking to. I'm like, nobody's talking to each other.
That was
So if you put like Noah, somebody who you're gonna constantly hear, like as on the team, I gotta listen to you for 48 minutes. You shut the fuck up.
You need like one of those guys.
Man usually does a good job communicating, which I think is like
which I think he's
maybe the most impressive thing.
I talked to Doc about Terrence Mann today.
What did he say?
I asked him. I said, will Terrence still be able to get minutes like he was getting in the preseason? He was like, well, obviously not 20, 30 a minute. I'm like,
I know that.
Yeah, but like, is he going to fall out of rotation? and he kind of, it was a very like vague kind of answer. It kind of leads
answer.
It's kind of going to lead me to believe that he probably won't play much, and if he does, it'll probably be a lot more blowouts. But personally, I think that he's honestly the second most dynamic person on that bench that they have. coming off the bench. I just think he's really, really young and has to like grow and learn how to play.
Yeah.
But when it comes to playmaking and even like passing, even just creating his own plays,
the vision's there.
You can see it already. And also like
he's so big.
I've seen him like in public, just out and about, like regardless of just seeing him like at the, when you see him around, when you see basketball players around other basketball players, they don't really look as tall. But then when you see them
if you see Steph Curry in public, you're like, dude, you're like a big dude. But on the court, you're like, he looks small.
Yes, but I realized how tall Steph was when I saw him play Trae Young. I'm like, Steph's huge. Yeah. Like, Trae looked like one side and Steph was like towering over him. I'm like, Steph ain't that little.
I would say Terrence Mann is almost a raw Shea.
I'm not upset at that. But he's also a wing. But also he's a much better ball handler than me than Shea is.
I think
that's absurd.
No. I think in terms of like package, not like straight up dribbling.
Strictly
not straight dribbling. I mean like I'm talking about like breaking somebody down and getting to the rim. I like Shea, but Shea is a great point guard and he can handle the ball. But I'm talking about being dynamic, being able to hit somebody with a move, a spin, and then you at the rim. Terrence Mann, I be seeing him do some things where it's like, you shouldn't be doing that this young. I kind of see a lot of the same things from him that I see from Tyler Herro, but he's much more of dynamic of a slasher than Herro, who's more of a shooter.
Dude, does
that make sense?
Like,
I feel like Terrence Mann is like the equivalent of him, but like more of a slasher. I like Shea, and Shea is. I actually think Shea is the best player on the OKC Thunder. I told him that. I really do.
So
it's no disrespect. It's no disrespect to Shea. It's no disrespect to Shea.
Shea would go 3 if they did the redraft.
No, he probably.
I genuinely think Shea would go 3.
I've done a couple of franchises with like OKC,
not upset at that.
And every time, I'll have like 20 with Shea and miss 3 shots. He was involved in the I'll be getting blown out sometimes. Like the Rockets destroy me every time.
Yeah,
but Shea is unstoppable. Like he's actually unstoppable on 2K.
I mean, they gave him the nickname Slink or something like that. It's the perfect nickname.
Slink.
He's so smooth.
He's really.
He almost like. I mean, like we were talking about, we watched football before this. The way that Lamar Jackson runs is very smooth. Like he runs, it's almost how Shea plays basketball.
Yeah. Like I think
such a like. He's a move ahead. He's like that Gretzky thing where it's like you just need to know where it's going to go. You don't need to be there first.
As far as like Terrence Mann, I don't know if he'll get to this. Not saying he will get to this, but like he best projects as like a little bit shorter Paul George. Like seriously does. So I think it's also great that he gets to talk to him all the time. Like I think
he seems to be making. Terrence Mann is making the moves where you think he's going to be a good vet.
He's making exactly.
You know what I mean? He's
making the right friends. Just like he's making the right friends. It's like to hear that like he's gotten up under Kawhi and gotten up under Paul George.
And they also are receptive.
Exactly. The fact that he's like, the fact that I think a lot of things like is just like intelligence. Like intelligence. The fact you can realize that like I need to learn from them. Like they hear, I can see them every day. I need to learn from them. It tells me like you're gonna be in the league for a very, very long time. And you have the potential to do things if you can put it all together.
I hope that he tries to learn more from defensively than like trying to get there like from a scoring standpoint or I think he'll be as good of a ball handler in the pick and roll eventually, but like I hope that he like really locks in on trying to learn defense from like these all-time defensive wings.
But also the one thing
because I think that will give him a longer career. I don't know that Terrence Mann can be like a consistently like big scorer.
But really, I disagree with that.
I mean, we'll see.
He's so dynamic.
I like Terrence. I like Terrence a lot. I think he's nice. He's not really even going to get the opportunity this year.
But when I would have said, I didn't really mean more so at scoring because the one thing I even see about Kawhi, I didn't know he could make that good. I had no idea.
He's been breaking people down one-on-one a lot more in the preseason.
I didn't like. I was who did they? I think the Dallas game. I'm like, no, it was in the Denver game.
We had 6 assists.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't even know you could.
Me neither.
Like, I had no idea.
In the game against
which is why I suggested that he go back and watch a lot of Scottie Pippen '94 footage. Okay. Like if he could be the playmaker that Scottie is, but that's more so what like I meant for Terrence Mann.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good call.
Yeah. Like he could average 8 assists.
Yeah.
Damn.
He may give you like you probably winning is him best giving you 18 points, but if he giving you 6, 7, 8 assists, like 7 boards and a steal,
it's going well.
That's kind of like
eventually.
Yeah. Best case scenario.
Yeah, best case scenario. That's a good call. I'm excited for Mann. I think Fee has a long way to go. I think.
Yeah.
Fee is like he's really fun to watch when things are going well.
Yeah,
but he's got a long way to go. I hope he gets a bunch of G League time. I mean that in a good way.
That'd be a good confidence booster.
He kind of had a rough preseason.
That's also why the G League is good. It's like at least you get to play basketball. Because like beforehand, if you was at the end of the end of a bench, all you can play is in practice. And like you even hear people talk about it, like like the only time you see double teams is in a game.
I feel like you can weirdly get out of shape too. You're practicing.
Yeah.
And then so you're already doing the time for the practice, and then you're at the game and you're not even playing. So you're like,
you staying up,
just like
you getting in cities, you staying up late, so you probably eating things you shouldn't eat. Like, what else is?
Yeah, and you're a bench guy. This is also why I would be a bad bench player. I'd be like, fuck it, dude.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm the 15th guy on the bench. Who cares?
But switching gears, the other team in LA, I mean, like, the Lakers.
Yeah.
How do you like the Lakers? What do you think they look like?
They had a great preseason.
I want to say
for what they needed, they had other than the China thing, they had a great preseason.
I've been thinking about this move Anthony Davis made for like since he made it. I think he crossed over, spun, and then like made a pass like cut on the baseline. I was like, what the hell did you just do, bro? I didn't even know he could do that.
I think it's good, but I also think that this is peak Lakers hype right now, and they're still like championship or bust.
Yeah,
which is insane.
No, it's not.
No,
I mean, it's insane for them to deal with, because if it does not get a championship, it's like,
good.
Does Davis leave?
Good. They haven't made the playoffs.
They
haven't made the playoffs in what, 5 years? It's 6 now?
6, yeah.
Yeah, 6 years. Like good.
I think
good.
It's just wild.
Put a fire under their ass. Magic Johnson said, I'm not gonna be
only
here.
team that's been worse is the Suns in that 6-year period.
That's Magic, literally.
It's just wild. I don't think people are making a big enough thing about, like, I know LeBron is the coach of the team, obviously, and I know that Jason Kidd will probably end up being the coach of the team at the end of the
coaching
I don't think
dynamic is going to be that's toxic.
I actually disagree with that. I actually really like Frank Vogel. I like what he's done. Their offense seems to be moving a lot more. They're calling more plays. They're calling more effective plays.
Even when your replacement is standing next to you every day.
I think they scheduled
I don't think he's my replacement though. I think he's only my replacement if I don't do a good job. But like we always say about players, if I can hoop, if you can hoop, you can hoop. If you can coach, you can coach. If you can't,
I think they scheduled the Warriors 5 times in the preseason on purpose because they knew it would make them look good. I think that helped in their scheduling. Why did they play them so many times?
That's true.
That shit's crazy.
I mean, because
the California thing.
You know? They have a new center. The center can crush against a team that doesn't have a very good center. In the Warriors, like I think it was. I mean, it's a good decision.
I just think it's the best way to open a Chase Center.
Yeah,
you put LeBron James in the Chase Center in the very first game. The first game is like, all right, well, great, San Francisco. We have LeBron James and Anthony Davis for you, but like 3 times in 1 week. Even though they're not gonna play 3 times in 1 week.
Again, going back to my point in which I said I think that every team has question marks. I think for them it's perimeter defense. Yeah. It's like
we all know what Avery Bradley's like.
It's like we know what Avery Bradley did do, and hopefully he can return to that form. But what if he doesn't? Then Danny Green. It's like, well, what if Danny Green doesn't perform?
Yeah.
KCP. What if KCP doesn't perform?
What if one guy
There's nobody that's like that nice in the backboard.
Yeah, it's like
they have troubling at all.
Yeah. It's like,
I guess I like the
they have potential
overall.
Yeah, it's like I can see how it could work. But again, that's what I'm talking about. Like matchups, I think that the Blazers could beat them possibly. I think
the Blazers got worse this year.
I don't like. I think that any team with dominant perimeter scorers has an advantage against the Lakers. I think if you need to play in the paint though, because no.
I mean, I think on Tuesday we're gonna see LeBron, AD, and JaVale out there together in the starting 5 probably, and it's gonna probably not be very fun for the Clippers on the defensive end.
Yeah, most of the night. Which is why I'm giving the Lakers the edge. But I think against a team like Houston or a team like the Blazers,
I think the Blazers are better with Nurk in the lineup. I don't think with Whiteside that they're better.
See, but here's the thing about Whiteside.
Whiteside said he wanted to average a triple-double.
No,
that's Whiteside.
He's a lunatic.
But
he makes up the role, dude.
But
he's never had a game with like more than 4 assists.
But my thing is, he won't really have to.
Ever.
He won't really have to.
He shouldn't have the ball that much.
He won't really have to like. If he can, for one, I'm looking at the screens he can set for Dame and CJ. Because the other thing in the playoffs,
can set good screens. Gortat sets good screens. I feel like Whiteside is like he's not.
He wants to like stretch range and shit. Like, he doesn't just want to roll to the basket.
He's saying mentally he's not saying it right.
If he can buy in,
but if he buys in, like even if you look at per 36, right? I think they're like 17 and like 17 or something like that. It's some crazy number. Actually, let me look it up for sure. But his per 36 is some crazy number. Like if he can actually, like you said, buy into the system.
But can he? Because if you can't buy into a Spoelstra and Pat Riley system, I don't know.
I think it was just time for a change of scenery, though, too. Like, you in Miami, you in Portland, is focus on, like you said, get away from it, focus on basketball. Like JR, focus on that, focus on just...
Did you see that SpongeBob video he took? He was super high in that video.
What video?
He's like watching SpongeBob, and then he like is filming like a stuffed animal. Hassan Whiteside.
Really?
He's like watching SpongeBob. He's like, man, isn't this crazy? And he like films his like stuffed animal. Like, he's high. I'm fine. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, but like...
Smoke weed every day.
My thing is just...
NBA is the only league that doesn't test. It makes sense.
If he can just focus...
The NFL shouldn't either.
If he can just focus on basketball and actually get his head on straight, I think Portland...
Not a lot to do in Portland, like we were talking about earlier.
I disagree. There's a lot of nightlife in Portland.
Yes.
For white people.
But it's not...
It's true.
For white people.
It's a white city. Like...
Yeah, alright. That is...
For white people.
It's like Hassan Whiteside in Portland. It's like
there's a lot of pinball bars.
Yeah, like it's not.
There's a lot of pinball.
It's not Miami, bro. It's not Miami.
Yeah, it's
not Miami, bro. It's like sometimes you probably just need to leave Miami, bro.
That's fair.
Like even KD, I remember the KD Michael Beasley conversation. He was like, "Yeah, but we don't know what would have happened if I got drafted by Miami." And was 19 years old.
Do you think that Hassan will come in worse shape though? Because the Blazers don't have the sort of physical requirements that the Heat do. Like the Heat, if you're not sub 4 or 5% body fat, you don't make the roster, bro.
The way that the articles word it too is, I think one of their players didn't meet the requirements recently, and they said that he was banished.
James Johnson.
They said James Johnson was banished from the team. So they make
because
it
his weight requirements.
Yeah, because they make it, and it's such a big deal in Miami, and that was kind of an issue with Hassan. That's a good point.
Yes, I agree with all of that. But also, they did add Ken Bazemore. I think one of the things
Hassan can get 10 blocks in a game.
Exactly. Mario Hezonja. They also retain Rodney Hood. I think Dame is gonna come back.
Are you a believer in Hezonja?
Who?
Mario. Do you remember that summer league he crushed? That was
yes. The thing about Mario is is he ever gonna be a star? No. Is he ever gonna be a starter? No. But he's somebody who can randomly Bellinelli.
He's a good meme player.
Yes, but also he can randomly give you 14 points.
Yeah.
He can literally
give you 20.
No, it's some random playoff game.
He played at FC Barcelona. He played at a high level overseas.
In a game 4 where you kind of missing something, he could randomly give you 16 points, but dribble to do it.
He's like a fan favorite who remember when Hezonja had 16?
Exactly.
Dude, our friend is a Knicks fan, and his wallpaper is Hezonja dunking on LeBron because that's the greatest moment that they've had in.
No, did you see when he boomed on Marquise Chris last year? I was watching that game. He went baseline, caught back, destroyed that man. I was like, what in the hell did you just do, bro?
He plays with so much confidence. This is funny. He plays like a soccer player.
I was gonna say he plays like a EuroLeague player.
He's so confident. He's give me the goddamn ball. We'll score 35 points.
Good.
But that's why.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
But again, that's why I
wish he stayed in New York.
But that's why I believe
it really is.
But that's why I believe in Portland because last year, if you had to dribble to score, they really only had 2 people who could do it: Dame and CJ.
Yeah.
So once you put Iggy, you put Clay, you put them on those guys. Nobody else can create their own bucket. At least now you got other guys. Well, Rodney Hood too, so you had 3. But outside of that, nobody else can do it. Now you got 5 of them.
Yeah.
They can dribble to do it.
What happens with Iguodala? Is he really just going to choose between the Lakers or the Clippers when he gets bought out?
I don't think Memphis is going to buy him.
I think they're going to let him sit at home and pay him, and they'll trade him when somebody calls around the trade deadline.
It makes no sense for them to buy him out.
I'm not buying him out. You're valuable. You're
such a valuable.
You're worth at least 2 second-round picks right now.
When you're still paying him double-digit millions.
That's exactly what I've been saying.
You're still paying him double-digit millions.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna.
Exactly.
We're Memphis, dude. We need that.
Yeah, let's pay a lump sum.
Yeah, exactly. I'm at least getting 2 second-rounders back for 8.
Yeah,
or late first if I can.
Or a serviceable young-ish or some weird piece that you can throw in. I don't think he gets bought out. I also if he's gonna have to choose between the Lakers and Clippers, if that's the scenario, I don't want him on the Clippers.
I disagree with that.
If you're choosing,
why are you choosing?
I think that we should lock up our 15
because he can switch 1 through 5.
Okay.
We've seen it time after time.
I don't think he can.
I think he can't guard a 5 the entire game, but he can switch 1 through 5, and that's what you'll need in the playoffs, especially versus the Lakers. When the Lakers run a smaller lineup, when it's LeBron, Avery Bradley, Danny Green,
I just don't want his choices to be
more 3 through 5.
I think it's. I just honestly, it's from an intangible aspect of why are you choosing the Lakers and the Clippers? You should never come with Clippers.
No, you should. You should want to go to the Lakers. The Lakers are the most historic franchise in basketball history. I mean, the Celtics are the most winningest, but the Lakers are the most historic.
But I mean, then fine. Then just say you're going to go to the Lakers. Like, don't say you're going to choose.
Why not? Why can't I say I want to choose? Let's draft the price.
There's also the Rockets.
There's a market for me.
Man, I don't know how much the Clippers would pay though.
There's a real market for him though.
I think the Lakers.
I disagree with that. If it's trade deadline and the Clippers are still struggling, and we thinking that by All-Star break,
where do we think
which they would have played at least probably 50 to 55 games? What do you think the Clippers' record will be through the first 50 to 55 games?
So let's say
depends on rest schedule.
Chauncey Billups had a really good thing in the broadcast. He said he thinks it's going to take like game 30 for this team to like get fully gelled, which I actually agree with. Paul George will be back after minimum 10 games. I hope it's honestly a little more so he can just be totally healthy. I think at 50 games they might be like, I don't want to say flirting with 500, but like somewhere a little too close.
I think they'll be 35 and 20. I think the last
I think it might
20,
be like,
30 games, they'll probably
like
win 20 of those last 20 to 30 games.
Yeah. I think
it'll be
around like
55. 30, 25 at that mark.
Yeah, like 5 games above 500, which is way too close to 500 for a lot of fans.
Yeah, so if I'm the Clippers, I'm buying.
I don't know.
The GMs had a poll. They were asking Doc Rivers about it. He said he doesn't pay attention to all that kind of stuff. It's like, it is what it is. But everybody's looking at them as being the potential top dog. So the Clippers are in the same position that the Lakers are. Well, last year the Lakers were, for the first time like in a while, the hunted. So that's why everybody wanted to tee off on LeBron. Actually. Last year the Clippers weren't really the hunted, but people took them seriously. This year, they're the hunted. They have 2 of the top 10 players in the NBA. They have a team that really drove the Warriors to their hardest task while they were healthy. So it's like, I mean, I think it depends. If they're struggling, and let's just say, for example, like JaMychal Green isn't doing what we need him to do at the 4.
He's huge. I
might have to send him in a second round pick to Memphis.
Landry Shamet still shooting 20%.
I mean, that's just not going to happen.
I'm not trading Landry. Landry's one of those guys.
Landry's the most valuable asset we have.
I agree, and he's not tradable to me because I think that eventually they will probably be able to develop him into more of a point guard, shooting guard hybrid than what.
Think about him and Man together after some years.
I have not liked the looks of him handling the ball.
I just don't feel like he has enough experience. Yeah, and like Pat is there, Lou is there
during the regular season.
I think he will. Because what other guards do they have to hold the ball? Even when you look at the game, I think he should be the 15th
spot.
He needs that 15th spot.
He made a pass to, I think it was Zubac. Yeah, he got down the lane and I was like, that was a great.
Derek Walton Jr. should be the 15th round.
No,
I don't think he'll get that much minutes, but like he's an NBA level player.
He is the only floor general on that roster. Like actual floor general. He's like you can tell his whole life played point guard. Like I don't think
he played for Michigan,
but we're trying to win a championship.
Like I'm not like, but look, I'm not saying that he's that good.
He's getting like 8 minutes a game.
Yeah, like
I said, but we trying to win a championship. Like, look, it's good, but like
also I think the traditional point guard thing, like with Doc has said about the sliding lineup, I don't think Doc gives a shit about.
I don't think he cares about it, but if I'm just looking at in
a good way,
like again, I think that ever since Derek Walton played basketball, he played point guard, and you can tell.
He goes, run these sets.
Exactly.
This is what we're running. It's like when Shea was really young. Every time Shea would come in when Avery Bradley was hurt, that's the only reason we got Shea in the starting lineup, guys would run their sets more.
Because,
it was a very clear, because it's also like they have to help him. So the other 4 guys have to help their
and you know the
to run their sets.
And you know the playmaker is actually good enough to hit you.
To get you the ball.
If you're in position. You know what I mean?
And that's how they hard now. I'm probably going to get the ball.
Yeah, that's how they can test the rookie of all right, if we run this actual set, will he get us the ball? And Derek Walton can.
He'll get you the ball.
He's also big enough to get in the lane. I don't know. He's stout for 6'1".
Yeah, but again that whole the floor general thing. That's also why I think Kawhi needs to. I just think a lot of those traditional positions just come off the bench now. Even I think there's room for like Jahlil Okafor, right? I think he just came in the league at the wrong time. Yeah. But him off the bench, I love him. Because again,
he was late to the league. Yeah. But as a bench, you're totally right.
Like you still need though, because then that's when it's more about let's actually make sure we get a bucket. Let's run our sets. That's when you need more of that. You don't need creativity.
You have to stop. Exactly. If you have to maintain a lead.
Exactly.
If you can maintain a lead, you're great.
You're great. So not saying that Derek Walton Jr. used to be the starting point guard. But I think he is needed for the team.
Definitely.
Now he may not get the minutes, but I see I like the potential with him.
Yeah.
But
GMO Pavy.
But we haven't done this in a minute, but now we can do this because there's actual basketball again. So we're doing who wins.
Okay.
So we have a couple matchups slotted for this week.
Hell yeah.
But then we go through. We pick one game for every night of the week. Talk about who wins.
All right.
Perfect.
Lakers, Clippers. Lakers, Clippers on Tuesday. I know we've kind of all said it, but one time who wins and
Lakers.
And your score.
Lakers.
Potential score.
Buck 23 to 108.
Okay.
Wow. That was like pretty close to what I was gonna say. I'll go 124, 116. I think that we'll hopefully get a little closer.
I don't want it to happen.
I'm gonna go 118, 105. 118,
Okay.
105.
Yeah.
And I think the Lakers will come out on top. I just think that they'll win the battle inside that night.
Yeah. I think JaVale's going to have a dumbass good game.
JaVale,
Like, he's going to hit a 3 and, like, some weird... And it's going to be like, oh... And then they're going to, lose the next night straight. So.
I'm actually going to go the Lakers 113, Clippers 97.
Ooh.
I think it'll
be... Second year in a row we don't break 100 points on opening night?
I think it'll be a rough opening night. I think that...
That made my heart grow.
I was at the practice today, and not saying anything negative, but it felt like the time that we were slotted to go in and check out practice lasted a little bit longer. I feel like that what I've been hearing a lot lately from them is kind of things aren't set yet. They're more so just trying to figure out schemes that they can run. Now, whether that's a little bit of them playing possum or whatever it is, which I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But I just think that the first night is going to be one of those things where every guy on his team is thinking like we all believe that they can win a championship, but I believe that they believe that as well. But I believe that I think that they know that it's going to be hard, but they're not going to really truly understand what it takes to win a championship because none of those guys other than Kawhi Leonard has championship real metal and experience and test and grit and drive. Kawhi's been doing it for a decade at this point, basically. So the rest of the guys have not. PG hasn't been there. Lou Will hasn't touched it. Like, none of those guys have sniffed it. And I think the first night, they're going to get smacked. And everybody's going to be like, oh, okay, like, we really have to lock in and be at a different level.
It's two big-ass pieces to add to your team.
Yeah, exactly.
I think people sometimes with good players think that, and Kawhi and Paul George are two good players who, in terms of those top quality guys, can play in a lot of different areas. I think, like you were saying, put someone anywhere. Mm-hmm. But it's still hard. It's still just because they're good doesn't mean that you just add 12 wins to the 48 they had last year.
Yeah, you still have to do it.
And Doc, I think, has been weirdly kind of candid about not really knowing how it's going to go. He's talked about there's going to be a sliding lineup, which I think sounds good to fans, but also if you watch a bunch of basketball, it's kind of all right, well, that means that a bunch of different lineups have to work. That's not.
I think it's only going to be a sliding lineup for the first fifth of the season, and I think
without Paul George,
that he'll figure out rotations. I think you really don't know what your true rotations are until 15 games after PG comes back.
Yeah,
I
think that's why he's
saying it. So that way we aren't. I think if he would have come into it I know what I'm going to run. We know when Paul gets back, we know the exact sets and all stuff we're going to run. Yeah. And he came back, and he comes back, and it doesn't work well. Everybody's yo, what the hell is going on? But if Doc is we're running schemes, we're trying to figure things out. Obviously, we got injuries. We're adding new guys to an entirely different team. He's softening the blow of any potential mishaps because if the Clippers would have been talking shit all summer long, and I feel like the Lakers have been kind of pseudo talking shit. The Lakers
they consider this a warning.
Yes, exactly. The Lakers believe that they are going to win a championship. And I don't believe that the Clippers have an open... I think that they believe internally that they can win a championship.
They have the underdog
But I think it's a difference between believing it internally and saying, we are the big dog on the block.
They're saying all the right thing of, they're saying the confident version of, we just want to get the playoffs and anything can happen. But they're saying it in a way where you're yeah, but we can tell that you think that you have a really good shot. Yeah. Whereas the Lakers are
nah, fuck
we're here to win this championship.
Exactly. Magic left, we got a whole new regime, we get into the championship, or it's back to ground zero for us.
The Clippers are the kid who are I just hope I get to the big dance, And it's dude, you're the best person here.
Even though secretly he'd be in the backyard breakdancing on cardboard boxes.
Crushing everything.
Crushing everybody. His one homie just watching
and everyone else is still you're going to be the winner, and he's I don't know though, man. We're just stop it.
Just show up, bro. Just play. So I think they'll get smacked, but we'll see.
So moving on, Wednesday game, Celtics, 76ers. Who wins? What's the score?
76ers destroy them.
Yep.
I think it's an Al Horford revenge game, which is one of the chiller revenge games you can have because it's Al Horford. So I think it's like, you know what I mean? Like he's not going to be throwing down like thunderous
Al
on
Horford
people.
He's going to make a great bounce pass.
Yeah, like he's going to have like 13, 9, and 6. It's going to be like we missed that so much. Like I think the 76ers. You know what? Like, I think the 76ers win by
stout
like
defense.
Yeah, like I think the 76ers win by like 20. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say that. I guess I think it's going to be a little lower scoring. I'm going like 108-98. I think that the defense of the Sixers can hold the Celtics to under 100.
What defense is
like who's scoring on them?
Okay.
Yeah. What do you got?
What do you think Kemba's first game is like? Sorry.
I think Kemba's first game is rough because of who he playing against, and I think the Sixers there are a couple teams that I think should set their goals of being the best defensive team in the league. I think the Clippers are one. I think the Lakers are one. And I think the Sixers. I would be disappointed if they were not top 3 in defense.
Where do you hide Kemba on defense too against the Sixers?
Who's
he guarding?
Exactly. Like that Sixers lineup is like that Sixers lineup.
He's got to be on
Richardson.
He's got to be on
Richardson. Yeah, but Richardson like 6'6". Kemba probably like 5'10".
Yeah.
Who else?
I mean, he'll
without you.
There's nobody else.
Yeah,
that's the issue.
There's Ben Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
That's the issue.
Yeah,
so
tough,
for me,
you're not going anywhere.
So for me, I'm going 76ers win. I think they'll win like 131 to like 105.
Yeah, I'll take that salad. Yeah, like 131, 110.
I'm taking the 76ers to win, but I think it's gonna be a close game. I'm taking it to be 107 to 105. I think it'll be a much closer game than we think. I think the 76ers, for all the kinks that they might have worked out by trying to stagger their lineups and play their main guys a little bit more, like if you look at the 76ers, a lot of the times like at least 4 of the main guys were playing.
Yeah, for sure.
But Ben didn't really play much the past 2 games. I still have to see what Ben Simmons is like when people are actually guarding you to win a game versus guarding you to figure out their defensive schemes because they got people that are trying to get used to playing within the game. And I believe in Ben, but Ben this year has to become a mid-range jump shooter and not a consistent mid-range jump shooter.
But the idea.
But the idea of being a mid-range jump shooter. And I think this will be one of those games where you might see Kemba guarding him, and if I'm Ben Simmons, I'm dropping 40. And if he's not in that mentality, then I think it'll be a much closer game because I think that Horford is going to be a little bit nervous for all of the Al Horford game. I think he'll be very, very nervous. Like it's a completely different scenario, completely different situation. He's no longer really like the commander of the offense anymore. Really, it's Embiid and Simmons. So he's got to learn how to become a role player again. Versus one of the Celtics, to me, he was one of the pivotal guys. Like it was it was really Horford and Kyrie to me or bust for that team.
Yeah.
And even when Kyrie was out, it was Horford and it was Tatum to me or bust for that team. So I think it'll be a much closer game, but I think the 76ers will win.
It'll be interesting to see how Simmons has to step up offensively too, because like the talent drop off from that starting 5 is a little steep.
I don't know about that. Hey man, look, now granted, the rookie, I can't.
Is that you?
No, not him. His name starts with a T.
Oh, okay.
I'm not even gonna pronounce his name because he pronounced it. I think it's like Thai Matra.
I
know
Matisse. Yeah, Matisse. He looks nice. Like, granted, he's a rookie, but he looks like he can come in and give you 10 smart minutes.
And I feel like Brad Stevens likes rookies.
I mean, that's
Brad Stevens is like whatever.
I mean, but like, look, I think their starting lineup gonna play a decent amount of, like, they gonna always have at least probably 2 of their starters on the court.
Yeah.
So I just think you really need 2 to 3 guys to come in and give you 10 to 15 solid minutes and just not fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I think their starting lineup is so good that they can kind of weather the fact they don't have a
There's a few deeper teams though in the East.
Yeah, but I mean that's starting lineup, bro. Like if we in the playoffs and we
when it goes like an 8-man bench.
Mike Scott is still very
Mike Scott is there.
Yeah, but so who's your man? Like with Butler gone, like who's the dude?
Embiid, he has to be.
I just don't think he can.
He has to be. Tobias is not the guy.
Dude, Tobias has never been that dude.
I agree with that point, but I think they try and make him that guy.
I like Tobias.
It has to be Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is arguably one of the most talented big men to ever exist.
Also,
he has already put up 27.
I like Josh Richardson a lot, but like he
doesn't create. He doesn't like when he had to have like
he can drive
facilitating and like starting role, like making his own shots. It's not as good.
He didn't score more than 20 all preseason. I'm not worried about Josh Richardson. I'm worried about Joel Embiid.
It's not about scoring 20. It's just about, can I get a bucket from you when I need to get this bucket?
Exactly, yeah.
Like Jason Terry, right? Like you wasn't going to depend on him to get 25 points.
Yeah, but
if you needed this one bucket, if you needed 2 buckets in a row, Jason Terry got you.
For sure.
Yeah.
The Jet is not landing at LAX. I'm going to just keep it real with you. I'm not going to Jason Terry from 2 buckets. Give Dirk the ball and get the fuck out the way. And even one of them big Jason Terry buckets that he made was because he got past the ball. He just threw up a bullshit 3 and it went in.
It worked.
Whatever. It was like 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
You got the bucket when you needed it.
Go in if you don't
got the bucket. I mean,
you got the bucket when you needed it.
Go in if you
threw that bitch to Jason Kidd and wasn't going in.
It's Embiid, man. Embiid is the number one guy on this team.
Bucks Rockets on Thursday. James Harden world. We here. We back.
Oh, dude,
Bucks Rockets. I argue about Harden at least once a day. I argue about Harden at least. Say at least once a day. On opening night, I think they'll get destroyed though. I think the Bucks will beat them.
Really?
Yeah, I've been watching.
I think Giannis is fueled by having a terrible Eurobasket, and everyone, or the FIBA World Cup, and everyone's saying that he wasn't. That I feel like people were kind of saying that he was figured out. Like everyone's like, just jam the paint.
No, I don't say he was figured out. I'm
not saying you. I'm saying the press.
I don't think he deserved MVP, and I will never think he deserved the MVP award. I never think he deserved the MVP award. I do not think that.
I think Giannis is quietly simmering, and I think he wants to just unleash, kind of like the Lakers.
Simmering.
And
right, you know what I mean? Like he's like
the freak of the East. Yeah, that's who he is.
And also with the Rockets,
closing cabinets really loud.
I watched pretty much every Rockets preseason game.
So petty.
Yeah, he's so
I watched pretty much every Rockets preseason game. I even woke up at 3 a.m. one night to watch them play the Raptors.
Did Westbrook play at all in preseason?
Yes, it didn't look good. It looked like he practiced with the team twice.
Oh,
that's the way it looked like. I can tell that they haven't had I can tell. Nah, it's like they really he's so different from Chris Paul because he gets the ball. No, he just gets so much faster. So they don't really realize when Russ has it, run. Run.
Yeah,
he's going to take off. Run. And also the way he breaks down the defense and can get in the paint. I always knew Russ was fast, but the court has never been as spread as it is now.
Clint Capela's going to benefit
so much. I said Clint Capela should be an all-star. He should be an all-star. He should be. He should average 18, 12, and 2 blocks. He should average 18, 12. Yes.
This is why
he averaged 13 last year.
He just got
He averaged 13 last year.
That's why I can't fuck with your basketball.
He averaged 13 last year. He averaged 13 and 15 and 13 last year.
Come on, man.
He should go up to 18,
but
12,
also,
and 2.
Westbrook is taking those points and his rebounds.
No.
Yes.
No, even if you look at it, Russ ain't rebounding much. Russ really haven't rebounded much. Now, granted, he does help in spots.
Triple-double.
Yes, but
at least 10.
They needed him to do that in OKC. I don't think Russ doing that is the best way you win games.
I will say, this is the first time we get to see Russ truly adjust.
Exactly.
I did not mean for that to sound like a nursery book rhyme. But it is the first time we have to see him switch things up. Yeah. So if that goes well, I'll take your point for sure.
But I don't think it'll go well on opening night.
Opening night's going to be a disaster.
Giannis is probably going to score 45 points, some random.
Every team that doesn't have continuity, it's going to fucking suck.
Exactly. now, overtime, I think they did take a step back losing Malcolm. So I think that, eventually they'll come back to earth a little bit. But I think on opening night, I think they'll win I think the Bucks win 121 to 107.
I was like,
and everybody's gonna be in my mentions, and I'm gonna be at the Church of St. James again, clocked in for some more hours.
Lighting a candle. I think the Bucks are gonna win too.
St. James.
I think Giannis is on a tear to justify his MVP in a weird way too.
Good. I mean, he might win it again this year.
I feel like he pretends that maybe these awards don't matter to him.
No, they matter.
They matter. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's good that they matter. You should want to be the best player in the MVP in the league, and you should take slight if a lot of people, especially the Rockets put out a full-page letter about how Harden should have been the MVP or whatever.
Yeah, if Giannis,
I'm sure knows that. It's like, we're playing you opening night.
Yeah, if Giannis has heard anything,
I want to kick your teeth.
If Giannis should dunk and say "fuck me" every time he dunks. Every single time he dunks, he should say "fuck me."
And I think
because I've been the man.
I think they're gonna crush though.
Yeah. I think
and the whole team behind Giannis believes in Giannis.
Yeah.
He has a very you know, he has people. He's a great leader in terms of that belief.
Oh yeah.
And I think the whole rest of the team was like, yeah, we want to get you this. We want you to embarrass these guys.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the Rockets actually to win. I think that'll kind of ruin Giannis. I think Giannis is in a situation where the Clippers are, where it's like, all right, it's go time again.
That's a good call.
He kind of come back in, like he might be fired up, but just because you're fired up doesn't mean you're going to be better. Like I need him to ascend another level. You know, he talks
hard. Just because you fired up doesn't mean you're gonna be better.
Just because you fired up means you're gonna be better. Like I need him to ascend to another level. And I don't know what that second level is.
I was gonna say, does that mean more passing or shooting? Because I kind of feel the same way too, but it's like
it's hard to say like how a guy that won MVP and is like arguably top 5 on both sides of the ball in terms of being unstoppable, that he got to get better. But he got to get better. But I think for him, the same thing with what I said with Ben Simmons, where it needs to be a thought. For Giannis, it needs to be a process. Like he put the thought in our head last year of, okay, I can stretch out, shoot a 3, I can do the mid range. Now I need to see the full process.
Yeah.
I need you to go through it. I need to see multiple mid range shots from you a game. I need to see more than just strength and sheer will, which is what we saw a lot of from him last year. I need more finesse and more savviness and ability for him to be able to create in spots. I think Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol, and who's the other big, and Pascal Siakam did a great job of just closing off a lot of the angles that he would have and that he used to have a lot of against smaller teams. Mm-hmm. And I think also that's why a team like the 76ers goes out and gets size, because you need size to match Giannis, because you saw last year the Rockets had size to match Giannis. Yeah. That's why you go and you get Al Horford. And even if Kawhi would have fucked around and stayed in Toronto, you still need size to deal with Toronto this year. Yeah. So I think Giannis has to come out and be better. But you come and you be better, more mid-range, more efficient from the three-point line, make them actually have to guard you.
A legitimate threat. That's
a legitimate threat.
You can take 1-3 a game. I don't give a shit if you make or miss.
It's just about stretching the defense.
Yeah, exactly. So like for Ben this year, it's about the thought of us being like, oh,
when you get the ball,
Giannis, I need him to shoot it.
Think like, damn,
he can score from anywhere.
I can't just sag off.
I should probably close out. Like at least for that 1 split second, even if you don't go all the way out there, that 1 split second, like you're like. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody should see Giannis anymore and do this.
Exactly.
Like Giannis
they should see Giannis and like have to stay where they at.
The game plan should not be
exactly, because now it's like, hey,
when Giannis get the ball, nobody should do this like that. Like nobody should do that as long as they like you said, like this and not like this walking away.
Like when Ben Simmons catch the ball to shoot, we like,
fuck out of here.
Good luck.
We're turn around. Fuck out of here.
That's like Rondo. Like Rondo last year, I think he shot 56% from 3 against the Clippers specifically.
Yeah.
And Doc was just like, yeah, whatever. If you lose from Rondo making threes, fuck me, I guess. Like that's insane. Like that's not gonna happen a bunch. Like
fuck me. But Rondo has improved to be a better shooter.
But he's still not a good shooter.
He's not good, but
he's another guy who like people are like, let's back up.
Come on, stop it.
Yes, but he might. Yes, but he still can't hit a bucket though. Like before,
but it's that bucket where you're like, you roll your eyes when he makes it. You're like, all right.
Yes, but it's not like, oh my god. Before it was like, oh my god.
I'm gonna
like if Rondo make a 3, I'm not that shot.
I'm gonna keep it a thou out with you. You're on your finest of that cocaine if you believe that.
It's a Sabine. I blame Ronnie.
You on that booger sugar. He is a C- rated 3-point shooter.
At least he's not F. He was F. Early in Boston, he was F. C-, like you might make that. If you green release that, you might make that.
If you green release that.
I said you were good at arguing grades when you were a kid after you got a bad report card. Because C- to an F, you're still a C-. C-, like you passed. You did not fail. You can pass college with a C-. It can happen. You did not fail. You did not fail.
What's the next game?
Next game on the list is Clippers Warriors on Thursday.
I'm gonna take the Clippers to win this game.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you jumping ship?
It's not that I'm jumping ship. It's that I just said the Clippers were gonna get annihilated on opening night. So the second game they're gonna come back and they're gonna be out for blood. And also the Warriors are a very perimeter heavy, dominant team right now.
Suffering from injuries.
Willie Cauley-Stein is only in the gym right now taking jump shots. Kevon Looney, I ain't seen that man since Kawhi.
Kawhi caved his chest. He had like a broken sternum.
You had to be to cave in another grown man that's taller and bigger than you.
With that shoulder, like he flew to the side like
you
that.
See
like
it. You see his chest crack. It's not like a slow thing. It's not like a slow thing. You just see it go like it's. He's not going to play for like 15 games. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, so I think that...
Also, he's insane for still playing in the finals.
Yeah, they're like, we love his toughness. It's like, dude, you just saw KD.
Unless Steph Curry goes for 40, which I very well could see, because I also believe that this is Steph Curry is back to his MVP form. I think he's better than he's ever been, and I think that now that Kevin Durant has been leaving, and he's also been throwing shots at the Warriors kind of subtly in their offense. If I'm Steph Curry,
Steph is petty.
Fuck you! I made the finals without you. I'll see you later, you little 1 foot bitch. That's if I'm Steph. That's how I feel. We can still be homies, but on the court, fuck you.
Steph, KD, and Klay are very petty.
Yes, they are.
They just are. And what that means is that they're going to play so well. I think the Clippers will win. For what you said, they want to like they're going to get killed probably on Tuesday on the inside. And I think Thursday's a great no, we control. We can do a little bit on the inside.
Zubac had 18.
Yeah. Zubac will have 18 and like 7. And everyone's gonna be like, "This is where it's at." Like, but they'll get the win.
18 is
I don't know. For me, I'm hesitant. Like, how slow is the Warriors start going to be? Like, if we're worried about Kawhi and Paul George getting together as forwards that I feel fit into schemes a lot more differently. But if we're looking at like D'Angelo and Steph,
it might be bad.
You're looking at a very different guard than Steph has ever played with.
It might be bad.
Yeah, but I think Steph.
Is that their first game on Thursday?
I believe so. In Chase Center. Yeah. I think Steph enjoyed scoring 30 to 40 every night when he could, but I think he realized my ankles are bad. I gotta do something different. We gotta do something different. That's why you get on that plane to go fly to the Hamptons to meet with Kevin Durant and tell him to come, because you realize scoring 30 to 40 a night is gonna be kind of tough. But I also think Steph knows that this is he's probably in the last year or two of like his prime. I think after this year, unless he wins MVP this year, I think the next 2 or 3 years we will start to see a steady decline in what he's doing, and then you'll hear me telling him that he needs to retire in like 5 years once he's averaging like 17 and 6, and I'm gonna go home.
And refusing to say that.
I'm like, Steph, go home. You will be hearing it from me. Don't think nobody's exempt. D Wade got it. Steph can get it too. So I think that he knows that like this is one of the last years that he's gonna have at his peak self. So I think this year I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out and he averages 30 to 32. But I think I'll see a lot of what I'm gonna see from him opening night. If he just comes out and he starts jacking that bitch up, hey, everybody better be worried.
I think he's no reps in yet, but I mean, he's a vet, so...
He dropped 40 in 27 minutes in preseason.
It was a T-Wolves.
It doesn't matter.
Who I think is going to be the worst team.
You literally were complimenting the Zach LaVine's offensive display against the fucking Atlanta Hawks, but you telling me the Atlanta Hawks will be one of the worst defensive teams. I'm confused.
They are, but I don't think Zach LaVine is anywhere near the level of Steph Curry.
All right, whatever.
So I don't. But opening night, I mean, in Chase Center, I actually think the Warriors win. I think Steph goes off.
So you got the clips of the 0-2 start.
Yeah, I think they'll start 0-2, and I think the Warriors win. I actually think it's kind of like thunderous fashion. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, they're back. Look at them." And then
we ain't win nowhere.
And then like 2 weeks later, they lose like 4 straight games. It's like, oh shit.
We ain't win nowhere.
They lose to somebody random, and it's like, oh shit, like this doesn't. Okay. But actually, I think
the crowd noise will be pumped in at extra loud.
I think Draymond actually has a horrible preseason. I think he actually has a decent game. I think Steph goes off
like 7-4.
Nah, I think he'll give you like 11, 9, and 7, 2 and 1. But like the old Hawk number, that's a decent ass Draymond game. I think Steph goes off for like 40 for some reason. Besides those last,
you think Patrick Rose gonna get cooked for 40?
Yeah, opening night. I think Steph goes out and drops 40.
I think after losing to the Lakers, Patrick Beverley is filled with a fuel that no one has ever seen from someone like that.
He is, and I think he's still
terrifying.
He is, and I think he'll get 40 ball. He gonna get that 40, and he gonna be amped up, and he gonna go out there and get 40 put on him. Now that don't mean that's not a bad thing.
I don't think
it's just one game. It's they opening a new arena. Steph gonna want to put on the show.
If Bev gets 40 put on him, he will get a tattoo of that stat line. I feel like. To be like, I'm never forgetting this. I don't think that's gonna happen.
He's not gonna forget it because I think he's gonna go out there and put 40 up on him. I think the Warriors end up winning like 134 because it has to be high. If it's low scoring, they have no chance. 134 to like 126.
So Steph's putting up 40 of the 134 points. So who's putting up the other 114?
I think D'Lo can.
I think D'Lo fuck around, go off for like 20. I think that again, Draymond, like I said, 11. The other random people on the roster go off for like. I think it works that night. I think for that night it works.
feel like you're really underrating this Clippers defense.
No.
Nah.
I think it's really good. No, like, look.
As a whole, I can see where you're coming from.
As a whole,
when it's together, then I'll agree.
I think it's
but
really
good.
When
they're missing shots, like if the Clippers are missing
when the Clippers are missing shots,
like, I think the Clippers should have one of the best defensive teams ever in the history of basketball. We talking about one game, one night, one game, one night.
Without Paul George.
I don't opening a whole new arena.
All right.
We'll see.
Again, I think the Warriors go. I think it's gonna get bad, but it's gonna get better before it gets worse. Opening night, they're gonna come out there, get some buckets. It's going, hey, yeah, we're back. And then by like December, damn, tank.
Just let it go.
All right, cool. What's the last 2 games we got?
Last two games we got Jazz versus Lakers on Friday.
Lakers gonna beat the shit out of the Jazz. The Lakers gonna win like 140 to 101.
Whoa.
Utah, I'm on your neck all year, B.
Why?
Because the Lakers have the size to match the who can guard LeBron James, who can guard Anthony Davis. Period. Point blank. End of story. In the game. Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley gonna be stuck having to guard LeBron James, Danny Green, and Avery Bradley. All those guys are taller than all those guys.
Avery Bradley's very bad at basketball, though.
He's not. I disagree with that. All he has
to.
You know what I tell him? If Avery Bradley can't hold Donovan Mitchell to his usual 7 for 22, what good is he anymore?
I agree 100%. He will not be able
So
to
he's going to hold him to Donovan Mitchell's usual 7 for 22 for like 21 points, and the Lakers are going to blow them out by 40.
I think the Lakers will win.
Mike Conley going to go like 7 for 13, but Donovan Mitchell going to go like 7 for 22, and if Avery Bradley can't hold him to 7 for 22, what good are you anymore?
No, Avery Bradley is not good anymore.
I told him that. I've been telling him that. He told me I was a liar.
I think the Lakers do win, though. I think the size and everything. And I think they're fired up. It's a lame reason, but like, it sucks. Like, who does guard LeBron on that team? Like, Gobert?
Who guards Anthony Davis? If you have to guard LeBron.
If we're asking the questions about the same questions you can ask about the Clippers, the same questions you can ask about the Jazz.
Yeah, but the Jazz are way.
But they have Gobert.
Way worse.
Like,
they have Gobert though.
That's what I mean. But like,
Gobert can't guard on the perimeter.
After Gobert,
not on the perimeter. See, AD gonna take that man out to the 3-point line.
Like after Gobert, they don't have.
Ed Davis is decent.
He's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What do you think? What's going on?
Yeah. I mean, I think the Lakers take this one. It's like, I love the Jazz, like, as a basketball fan. I think, like, they're a deep team. There's, like, a lot of interesting pieces. I've been a fan of them for the last couple of years. But, yeah, man, like, the top-tier talent is what's going to win this game. And the Lakers just have it in spades. So I think that Utah's going to struggle to create offense. And I think they're going to do it all year long, as they have done thus far. And I like Conley. I like him as a scorer. I think like he is the playmaker that they've needed. I still think it's going to be weird for Donovan Mitchell to learn to adjust to a role for a while. I'm like really skeptical of new backcourts working.
But that's also why I like that he played the FIBA. But that's also why I like that he played the FIBA. I think FIBA will really, really help him this year because it's like you finally got a chance where you just couldn't shoot whatever.
What a horrible experience that must have been.
Yes, he was horrible.
He wasn't terrible. It was like he just actually had to do other things.
Yeah.
Like damn, I can't.
He's not capable of doing.
No, that's not true. And I think that him playing like that will help him because I think again he'll realize like damn, I can't score 28. That's probably not how we best win games.
He can't score 28. You're lying. What is he going to score, 28 on 25 shots?
It's going to be, again, which is why I just said it's not the best way for you to win games. Could he do it? Probably. Would you win games like that?
That's exactly why the Jazz are not. That's exactly why I said the Jazz are not making a
opening night, I don't think they'll win.
Man,
I think that the Lakers will win. I think that, for your point, when you talk about rebounding, I think that they should at least get out rebounded. I mean, Gobert can't get every single rebound. He can get a lot of them. He can't get every single rebound. He's going to have to play
so many minutes this year.
Yeah.
I think Gobert's going to have like the most minutes he's ever played.
Yeah.
They better hope he stays healthy because he didn't have to do that before.
Yeah.
What's the next game?
So I got Lakers winning actually like 113 to like 109. Next game, Pelicans Rockets. Saturday.
Rockets by like.
Let me go first. I think James Harden scores 44 points. I think he has 10 assists. I think Brandon gonna want to fight that man again. I think Lonzo gonna want to fight that man. I think he got Drew Holiday on him. He's not gonna give Drew Holiday 44. He gonna give him about like 36. 36, 10 assists, get you about 7 boards, get you 3 steals. I think the Rockets destroy the Pelicans. I don't think Zion will be playing this game either.
Shut down the whole rest of the year.
I think they run them ragged. I think they win this game
is it
like
in New Orleans.
I don't know where it is. Don't matter where it is. I think they win this game like one.
It's in Houston.
I think they win this game 141-106.
Wow.
I'm taking the Pelicans to win 121-117. I actually think Harden will not have a good game. I think Russ is going to shoot like 4 of 20 from that game. And I think that the big guy that will actually play well for the Rockets but not well enough to help them win is going to be Ryan Anderson, because I don't think P.J. Tucker is going to have his greatest game in that game.
I know he's good, but
I don't think P.J. Tucker is going to have a great game in that game. I think they probably his main assignment is probably going to be Brandon Ingram, and I think Brandon Ingram is going to be having him run around the court and be trying to chase him around. And I just think that the Pelicans are going to randomly surprise the Rockets. I think the Rockets are going to win their first game, but I don't think they're going to win this game.
They're going to win by 40 points.
I think the Rockets are going to win.
World.
I think the Rockets are going to win by maybe 10-15, something like that. But it's going to be one of those wins where it's like, we really had to try and get this done. Like, it's going to be a win that the Rockets are not psyched about granularly. Overall, they're going to be psyched because they got the win, but there's going to be some things where we're like, if we don't get this figured out, and Lonzo and Brandon Ingram just did this to us, like, we're not a real contender type thing.
That's fair.
It might not be.
Yeah, I also agree with that. I think Harden and Westbrook kind of put on a show. I think it's a really fun time. But I also think that no one else maybe scores in double digits or like comfortably in double digits. And it's like, well, then if you stop one of these guys, it's just over for the Rockets.
Mm-hmm. That shouldn't be the case. Eric.
We'll see.
Nah, man. Like, have you seen what Eric Gordon been shooting ball? Granted, it's preseason. It is preseason. But Eric Gordon, he'll be pulling from like some unnecessary. But then Patty Patterson is like, look, in OKC he wasn't doing that, but then he looks like he looked back.
He looks all right.
He looks back.
Yeah.
I think the Rockets win by 20 plus. I think that I think that Harden has a great game. I actually think that runner-up. I think that Eric Gordon will actually like step in if Russ isn't able to like really take over the game or like really fit into the system right away. The Pelicans, I like them. They're a fun story with Zion. Really, what are they? They're also so young. Really, what are they?
A better team than the Jazz, but I feel you.
PJ Tucker's going to shoot too many times.
With Zion, better team than the Jazz.
With
Zion, better team than the Jazz. Sorry.
Next game, Blazers, Mavericks. Who wins?
Luka!
I was going to say Mavs. I think the Mavs come out so hot this year and then taper off real hard because I just don't think the endurance there. Like, I don't think they're going to be used to like, because when you're winning a bunch of games, you're playing as obviously as hard as but like. There's going to be a time when, like, maybe they get a couple knocks, like, maybe even Barea goes down or something like that, where it's like, oh, shit. Like,
damn. It's a narrow margin for...
Yeah, it's a real narrow margin. Yeah. But I think they come out... I think Kristaps puts on a show, and I think Luka defers to get him into a rhythm and stuff like that, because I think Luka's that kind of point guard. Or shooting guard.
No, he's a point guard. Like, Luka, like, they gonna slide him at the 2, but he's a point guard.
And I think we see that insane
it's
big
interesting.
lineup.
Do you think it's, like, not using him to his full potential and not having ball handling more? Like,
no, he's just LeBron. He's LeBron, but a way better scorer. So, like, when you're dealing with LeBron as a way better scorer, like, you can't have him facilitate that way because you need him to go out and get buckets. Also a better scorer, but also a lesser defender. So it's kind of like I would much rather utilize Luka's talents to get buckets than for me to be like, I need you to go and be some hard-nosed defender playing whatever. And I also think, like, I don't want the ball in his hands all the time. For sure. I don't want the ball in LeBron's hands all the time. I never thought that was a recipe for success for them. So I feel like it's fine that they're going to have him play off the ball a little bit more. And also with Deleon Wright starting, he can score a little bit. He won't just let Luka, he won't just get the ball from Luka or give the ball to Luka and move out the way.
They got a bunch of like upstart guards who I feel like you can put in and be like your thing, like we need a bucket right now. They got a bunch of guards who it's like just go get us a bucket.
Brunson's the best floor general, but Luka's the best playmaker.
Yeah, for sure. Brunson looks really good.
But
but Brunson's not even going to start though. So
but again, Brunson's the guy that comes in like, damn.
Luka and Drew would be crazy together.
Yeah, like Brunson's the guy where it's like, yo, they on like a 10-0 run right now. Settle this shit down, bro.
Yeah, too.
Can Whiteside give Kristaps a hard game?
No, because they're gonna have to go. So that being said, I'm gonna go with the Mavericks to win this game. Again, I'm picking Dame as my sleeper for MVP, but it ain't gonna happen this night. I think
what numbers do you think Dame puts up to get MVP?
The same ones y'all did, 26.
I think he puts up. I think he puts up 28 and 6. But I think the Blazers end up like the second seed in the West.
But there's that intangible factor that MVP voters go for.
Like, but again, I think all the top 5 seeds gonna be separated by like 2-3 games.
It's gonna be so close.
So they're gonna be the second seed, but they probably got that shit like last night of the season.
I think the top teams just want to get top 4. I don't think anyone gives a shit about winning the regular season. I think they're just like, just get us in the top 4.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm going Mavericks to win. I'm going Mavericks to win 121 to 114.
All right, cool. I think the Mavericks are going to win 123 to 121. I think it'll be a close game. Actually, I'm going to take this unknown guy to make the game-winning shot. I think Max Keebler.
Oh yeah, the German dude.
That's however you say his name. He's going to be on the floor for some random-ass reason at the end of the game, and they're going to wind up passing him the shot. He's going to make it, and that's how I think it's going to end.
Last game, Monday, Thunder versus Rockets. Rockets winning. Harden world back on display.
Yeah, we don't even.
Harden back on display with the mixtape tour. Harden going out there, he giving them 50.
Do you think he's gonna cross up Shea?
He crossing up everybody.
Shea got crossed up.
He gonna cross up Chris Paul. That's what's gonna happen. He gonna hit Chris Paul with the bing side step, boom, bucket getter, bucket time.
Is he gonna make the one-legged 3 in this game?
I don't think he's gonna shoot that. It was not going well when he was shooting.
Yeah, but all right,
shoot.
It's been Hoops and Brews, man. We appreciate you guys. The guys from Locked On Clippers,
Thanks
Will, Charles.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead, get your plug in. Talk to the people. Let them know where they can find you guys on social media, on the internet. We appreciate you for coming through Hoops and Brews.
For sure.
Thanks for having us. We're Locked On Clippers. We do Monday through Friday, 30-minute Clips episodes.
Check them out, yeah.
At Charles Lockler.
At Will Updike, at Locked On Clips.
Yeah, come hang out. Let's watch the Clippers game. Let's talk about the Clippers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Daily.
With these guys.
Thank you. We appreciate these guys for coming through. As always, if you're watching Hoops and Brews, don't drink and drive. If you're under the age of 21 or 18 in Canada, you better be fucking drinking. Don't do this wrong. If you are over the age of 21, drink responsibly. As always, this is Hoops and Brews. This is your boy TPJ. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at RealTPJ. That's ReelTPJ. It's a film joke. If you don't get it, you damn dummy. And as always, it's show co-stars, rapper extraordinaire Pavy. Go ahead, get your plug in.
As always, man, follow me on Twitter at Pavy World, Pavy World, all one word. Make sure y'all go check out Pavers.com. You can find my music there. You can find my Pavers Explain podcast. You can find my shirts, my merch. So Pavers.com.
Exactly, man. We appreciate everybody. Thank you all. We will get up with you all to begin the season. As I said before, this is probably the last episode on this set. So new set, new beginnings. No more landlady getting mad at us. We appreciate all of you all for listening. Thank you to all the supporters and the fans. We'll get up with you all. Whenever we get up with you, whether it be next week, 10 days, 5 days, we'll see. We'll holler at you next time.
MVP, we gon' slide, and then we gon' chill. She said she love me, I'm her thrill.